Alright guys, let's get started with Season 29. This is the full leveling guide and tutorial. So, starting off, when you're making a new character, you want to make sure you select Season. And then we're going to go ahead and make a Demon Hunter. So let's go ahead and make a Demon Hunter. And let's get started with the leveling process. So, Demon Hunter is an excellent hero to start off with, and the reason why this class is going to be really good is because no matter what, you're going to get a guaranteed good start. So we're going to go ahead and start. Also with this season, there is the solo self-found. What we're going to do is we're going to go into adventure mode. We're just going to go ahead and make sure the character is in the game, so we have our seasonal hero. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into the challenge rift. So make sure you have a seasonal character first, because that's what we're going to be doing it on. So the seasonal character just has a little leaf next to its name. So make sure that character is selected. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the game settings and select challenge rift. It's a barbarian one. We're going to hit start. Now these change every single week, so if you're following this guide later, it could actually change. So we're going to be doing the full guide, and I'm just going to move around one skill because I like the position of this skill. But we're going to go ahead and go right in. It's a Raycore Barb, and I'll show you guys how to actually do the full clear. So what we're going to do is just we're going to go downwards here. And what we're doing in the very beginning is a challenge rift. This is going to allow us access to a bunch of materials and a lot of things earlier on in the game to really speed up our progression. And so a challenge rift, if you haven't played Diablo 3 before, it's basically like a weekly new build that you get for free, and you can just try out something completely different, and it's really awesome. But how this build works, we just charge, and then we use our Ancient Spear. And if we need resource, we can use our weapon throw. Then we just activate all of the buffs. So you can kind of follow along, like kind of where I'm going. There's going to be an elite right here. And you can only complete the challenge rift one time, so you can't keep on getting the rewards over and over again. There's going to be another elite and a shield pylon to my left. You don't need to take the shield pylon, it's 1000% optional, but you might as well take it. It's just right there. But I'm going to be cool and not even need it. There's no Nemesis Bracer, so it doesn't really help out for this build. So just activate your buffs. It's a really easy rift. Really easy rift. But if you watch this on YouTube, we're also live streaming, so I promise I'm not talking to myself over here. So yeah, our whole goal is just to show off the entire seasonal leveling journey experience. And usually there is some sort of like big bonus to the leveling process. Now in this season, you got to go into the open areas, and we will show that off when the time does indeed come. Throw some rocks over here. We're going to hug the left side. And now that we've killed level up there, I'm going to go to the right side and get a conduit. So pretty much you just charge and you throw your boulder. We're going to grab this conduit, and we're only going to be stopping for the elite right here. There's another elite later down. Line over here. We're actually going to go and kill that elite. I want to come back up because it takes a second for it to explode. And the explosions in Diablo 3 can actually kill you. It's the only thing that will really kill you. For the most part. And what we're going to do is we're going to build up this bar. This is actually kind of the form of the endgame content in Diablo 3. Just going to keep on dashing. Just throw that boulder toss. There we go. Almost done. You can see we're at 82%. And once it goes all the way to 100%, what we're going to be able to do is we are going to be able to fight a boss, and then we're going to claim our challenge with rewards. And the reason why I want to start off on Demon Hunter, and I recommend starting off on Demon Hunter and Necromancer if it's your first time. Necromancer you do have to purchase though, it's not a free class. Because I know a lot of people are jumping into this game for the first time from Diablo 4, and yeah, you definitely want to do the challenge rift at the start of the season. That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to show off the full leveling process. Sometimes I make like 10-minute guides, but I think it's much better to have the full entire like leveling process so you don't mess up anything. Kill this elite, and then we will be pretty much ready to go. For the boss will spawn in. You can also activate ground stomp if you want to. So we're just going to throw the boulder toss, and it's going to melt the boss like basically instantly, and you can see the boss is gone. And now we have completed it. Woo! Then we'll go through the portal, talk to her, and it is complete. So there's the build, but we don't really care about this because it's basically the free character that you get for the challenge rift. So now that this is completed, we're going to go back to game settings on the left side over here. Once it loads in, oh, the party's logged. Hopefully the servers aren't having issues. Oh, well, it's realistic, you know. This is sometimes what happens in the game. You do get, oh, sweet. You guys can see my community spotlight over here. This is awesome. You guys can see that we got featured. So, oh, unfortunately, the game, okay, maybe we'll have to, I don't really want to like relog in, but sometimes this does happen, just as a heads up. And if it happens, it's not a big deal. It happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the game. Sometimes at the very beginning of a launch in the season, oh, I can't even open up. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of locked over here. So we're going to exit the game, and hopefully we can reopen up the game. But yeah, it's really awesome. Blizzard hooked me up with a spotlight, so you guys can go ahead and, well, if you're watching this already. Yeah. So there we are. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and reopen up the game. And again, this does happen at the start of a season for a lot of different video games, not just Diablo. So if it does happen to you, well, look, it's even happened to me. So hopefully that's still registered and we can go back into the game no problem. And we're going to go ahead and hopefully be able to claim our reward. So you can see on the bottom left, there's a message pending. We can go ahead and claim our challenge rift cash. So we're going to go ahead and claim this to our inventory. And now we will have our item to go ahead and open up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be crafting a item. And what we're going to be crafting is a level 70. I'm going to move my face out of the way first because this is actually pretty important. We're going to craft a dagger. But you'll see that this one over here is not the one we want. We have to train the blacksmith over here, and we are going to go forge weapons. And you do got to go all the way. Eventually we're going to be crafting that, but we still have to go train it. And now we can go ahead and forge the weapon. So what we're going to craft is a dagger. We want a level 70 dagger. We're going to craft this. The awesome thing with the demon hunter as well as the necromancer, you will get a guaranteed item off of doing this. And then we're going to get the Kanais Cube. So this is also something that we're going to get. But what we're going to do is now there's several different options that you can go for. So what we're going to do now is we are going to change the difficulty. Oh, okay, it's probably loading the item shop. So we're going to change the difficulty to expert or master, and we're going to hope, and we're going to still have it selected in adventure mode. What our goal is to get the Zulton Kule bounty to spawn in. So Zulton Kule is over here, and you can see Zulton Kule is the boss over there, and he's always going to be there. Ideally, you'd want it to be the bounty. So what you can do is you can fish for it to be that one, and this could take a couple tries. But if your computer is like really laggy, you don't really have to do this. It's just like, if I'm going to show you guys how to like be as efficient as possible, this is going to be the best way. Okay, there we go. We got the bounty for Zulton Kule. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to defeat Zulton Kule. So it spawned in, that's important. But what we want to do first is actually take the item from our followers, because they're just better. So we're going to go ahead and get that, and then we're going to go do the bounty. We could also take the Templar. If you're wondering which one is the best, the Templar is one of the better followers. Earlier on. Later, you can change this. It's just that because he's melee, it kind of helps out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and hopefully we can get some good items off of the chest. It's random on what you're getting, just as a heads up. There's a lot of randomness in this game for like leveling in general. Because, you know, especially when you're crafting off the Kanais Cube. But you want to make sure if you're doing this on like Master or Expert, it's level 1. Otherwise, it's going to take you too long. So, ooh, we're level 2 already. What's the season mechanic? Okay, yeah, so we'll show off the season mechanic very soon. It's random on when it spawns in, but we'll show it off. You're blessed there, okay. So, hopefully, we get some upgrades here. We got a nice pair of pants, but what we're really hoping to get is just some sort of yellow. Some sort of an item that we can use. Okay, we got really lucky. We did get it. Nice. And that's going to significantly increase our damage by 23%, but hey, it all adds up. And then we also get some bonus XP for doing the bounty. So now that we've done this, we are going to now craft a weapon after we get the Kanais Cube. Now, we don't really want to do this in Master. We can do this on like hard or whatever difficulty you feel like is okay for you. So if you feel like it's too difficult, you can lower it. But what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going now to Act 3, and then we're going to go to the ruins of Secheron, and we're going to go to the left side over here. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be getting this item called the Kanais Cube. It's very, very important because it's going to let us essentially craft. It's actually really awesome. And if you're coming from Diablo 4, the Kanais Cube is so cool. It is one of the coolest things, and I really hope eventually in Diablo 4 they add something similar to it. So what it is, it's an item that allows us to craft. And if the enemies are too tough for you, don't worry, you can always just lower the difficulty. I think hard is okay for most players, but it depends maybe on the class that you're playing and how familiar you are with the game. But I think hard, most people can do hard. But again, go to normal if you need to. It just gives you a little bit of bonus XP. And when the Templar levels up, you can put the first thing into heal. I'll move my face out of the way for it. But on the Templar, we just want heal, but we're in combat. You're not supposed to be able to swap things during combat, but sometimes if you keep on clicking it, it'll eventually let you. Because it's pretty fast to be not in combat in this game. I know in some games, there's like a long delay. Just kill enemies and move on. What we're going to be doing eventually for leveling is the massacre bonuses. And we're hoping to get the Fan of Knives, but if we get a Carlace point, it's totally fine as well. And eventually we're going to be crafting a weapon, and we're going to try to lower the level requirement. But we're going to actually show off a really cool trick. We're going to craft it on a Witch Doctor. And the reason why we're going to be crafting it on a Witch Doctor and re-rolling it on it is because we do not want a specific stat. And the specific stat we don't want is extra discipline on the secondary. So basically we're just going to kill some enemies and move along. We just kind of want the cube though. You don't have to focus on killing every single thing as you're progressing. Move along. I remember when they had that season where we had the kill streaks with it, you had to have the avalanche spawn in. Okay. Eventually we're going to get to the Elder Sanctum, and then we're going to be getting the cube. And this Kanais Cube is really cool. We can actually put in, think of it if you play Diablo 4, a legendary aspect, but we don't even have to have the item equipped. It's such a cool system. It is by far one of the coolest things, I think, in any of the Diablo games. I mean, the Level Req Cube is cool too, though. But I think the idea of having an item equipped without even needing equipping it. Alright, so now we're at the Elder Sanctum, and we're pretty much just going to go up and to the left. Be good. This is a newer version of the Level Req Cube. Yeah, it's basically like that. Alright, we got the Empowered Shrine, so extra resource. And if you click on any of these things for lore, it does give you some small XP, but it's not super important. Because later we're going to get way more XP. And again, if it's too hard, you can always hit escape and you can lower it. The nice thing with Diablo 3 is if you're playing solo, the game will actually pause for you. If you see any weapons, always pick them up. Because just like in Diablo 4, the weapons will scale to the level. Okay, that might be kind of rough to get to. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. Eventually we can start crafting a bunch of weapons, so we'll always have like an upgrade. Oh, I gotta push back up here. We're not playing hardcore, so if you get kind of in an area where you just die and you can revive right at the corpse. It's not like in D4 where you're super far back, and it may happen. Sometimes there's like a bunch of explosions and you'll just end up ripping. It's not a big deal though. Like last season we were ranked 2 on the leaderboard, and sometimes you can die. It's really not that big of a deal. In Diablo 4, if you were doing any racing, dying is relatively a big deal. because, well, it puts you farther back, like a lot further back sometimes. So now we're going to go down and then up and to the left. But our goal right now in terms of, well, we're going to get the Project Cube, but in terms of like my season goals. So obviously we're going to complete the season journey. There's a pet to unlock, and there is some other cosmetics that you can get. You can get some pretty cool wings, and this is all for free. There's no battle pass to purchase, which is excellent. And then after we complete all of that, our goal is basically in the first night to hit anywhere from the top 10 on the leaderboards, and then I'll be relatively satisfied. And then my goal is to basically power level up my community. So if you guys need a power level after we go on the leaderboards, our goal is to just help you guys out, because I think it's fun to level up people. Because in this one, we only have so many Paragon points. We only go up to 800 Paragon, which is something new. And the reason why it's very nice is because you don't always have to feel like you're behind when someone else is at like a much higher Paragon. Because before, you had infinite Paragon points. Which would mean that, well, you'd always have to play the game if you wanted to kind of keep up. Continue. It was really nice on Zulton Kule that we got like a weapon, because getting like 20% extra DPS does help out. So there is a cool thing where you get to see Kanai over here, but we're actually going to go back down over here. But I figured I'd just show you guys because it looks kind of cool since we're already over here as well. So you can actually find Kanai over here, but we're actually looking for the cube. But since we're over here, yeah, you get to see someone that worked on the game. But yeah, we're going to be going to the other side. And this area is usually the same. There's nothing special over there in terms of like getting an item, but we will be getting Kanais Cube, and it's in this area. It's just in the Elder Sanctum. Let's see if this area goes through. Okay, it does go through. Here we go, and we're just gonna go up and to the left. And now we have the cube, so kill all the enemies, then you just touch the cube, and this is where we're gonna get a massive power spike bonus. Massive. So now we have the cube. If you get other items, you can equip it to your follower. In the very beginning, putting things on your follower is actually worth it, but later, you're really only using the follower for their like passives. You're not really using it for their damage. So if we have any upgrades here, we can go ahead and equip them. And then now we have access to the Kanais Cube. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to go open up the Hope of Cain. We're going to hit fill. If we did the challenge risk patch, that's how we have all of these things. We're going to throw it in here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to hope that it gives us the Fan of Knives one. So this is going to upgrade a rare into a legendary, and we're going to go ahead and transmute. And we got a Carlos point. This is still good though, like either way, and it rolled 372, so that's kind of cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to page 1, and we're going to extract the legendary power. So now we're going to hit transmute. It's going to use these materials, and now we can actually go to find the Carlos point. If you get the Fan of Knives one, you did better, but now we have a massive extra 375% extra bonus damage on that. The next step that we're going to do is actually craft a two-handed bow, but we don't want to do it on this class. And the reason why you don't want to do it on this class is you want to, oh, there's probably receiving, okay. But the reason why you want to actually make a Witch Doctor is because a Witch Doctor cannot roll with Discipline. So we're going to make a Witch Doctor, make sure we select Seasonal, and we can just type in Bowman, because he's only going to be used for giving us our bow. So he's going to be the guy that crafts our bow. So we're now, oh, it keeps on telling us there's a problem with the shop, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. The season just came out. Expect some small errors. Why is the D3 server still down? Did you make sure you did not select the season, or the live server versus the PTR like test? So now we're going to go craft it on this guy, and we're going to re-roll it on this guy. So we're going to go to Forge Weapons. We're going to go for a two-handed bow. So let's go ahead and craft this. And what we're going to do is we're going to hope that we get level reduced requirement. So we have a chance for knockback on hit, and the level requirement is reduced by 2. This is excellent. There's also another thing that you can get where it gives you life on hit, which ideally you'd want. You can craft a couple of these. So what we want to do is we want to reroll specifically that level reduced requirement as high as possible. We also want the secondary on it to be high. You'll see also we put it in here, we can't enchant it. So if we go ahead and upgrade the mystic, I mean, this just costs gold, it doesn't really matter here. But what we want to do is we want to enchant it, and we want to get this level reduced requirement by 30. Now there's another thing where you get life on kill, but if you also happen to have life per hit, that also helps out the chance. But you'll see that you can't just keep on re-rolling in the very beginning, just like in Diablo 4. It'll cost certain things to re-roll. Now, it's kind of up to you what you want to do, because you can craft a few of these, but each one of these will cost material. I'm going to craft one more and just pray that we get something that has a secondary of a CC, which is like knockback on hit, chance to immobilize, or any sort of slow on the secondary. You see there's primary and there's secondary. This is actually very important. So we're going to craft one more in hopes that we can get it, because the rest I just want to reroll. And sometimes your luck can vary, but reality is you're limited to how many you can craft. So we're going to craft one more over here and hope that we can get the life on hit. So we have a secondary, it didn't roll on it. So right now I'm just going to see if we can hit on this, and these are going to cost more and more materials to enchant. So you can see right now it only costs 3. We have 28. I might actually see if we can get lucky on this one, so I'm going to try to reduce the level requirement, and it's going to bind to my account, but that's not a big deal. We're going to hopefully get more. Okay, we didn't get on the first try on this, and again, you only have so many crafts on this. We're going to try one more craft here because we didn't hit on that one, so we're going to craft one more because we got 3. And again, we want the life per hit, and we have a fear. Oh my gosh, we got so lucky. We got so lucky, guys. Hopefully we can get it. All right, so now we're going to, now it has the life per hit. We're going to re-roll, again, on the secondary. You see where it says fear on hit. We're going to re-roll that experience. And then we're going to, now we only have 3 things to hit versus the other one. Well, you'll see that there is 4 that we can hit, and that is because the other one has life on hit, which it just registers that as well. It has some defensive stats, so we got really lucky on that one. Again, your mileage may vary, but this is the reality. We can have a couple rolls on this, so hopefully we get reduced level by 30. That's what we're hoping to hit. We don't want to roll off this though, because then you can see how many other options we can roll, right? Level reduced by 4. Okay, well, the reality is, well, we got a at level 66, our character will be good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that in the stash, and that's it. So that's when our character becomes good. And our witch doctor, he helped us out, but that's all we needed him for. All right, so now we're gonna swap back to my demon hunter, and we're gonna continue playing. And once we're level 66, we will have a really good item. I could probably bump this up. Oops, oh gosh, it keeps on telling us that. We can maybe try. We can go to T1. Always set it up to be higher, and you can always lower it later. So this is going to be our leveling process for the solo. Okay, and now we basically just do Temple of the Firstborn, and we just keep on slamming it out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Temple of the Firstborn, which is an Act 2. And you just play, and we'll also show off the new mechanic. And if we get any of the new mechanics, it's going to be great. And also on the Kanais Cube, make sure you select that item inside of the Kanais Cube. So remember how we got the Carly's point? We want to make sure we select it inside of the Kanais Cube, and you can also view it that it's there. But we're going to do massive amounts of damage. You see, we're basically going to be one-shotting things, but things will also maybe one-shot us, because this is a really hard. Carly's point is the only thing that's going to be doing damage, though. You can still see we're one-shotting things very easy. And what we want to try to do is benefit off of our kill streak bonus. We're going to have resource issues, honestly, in the very beginning. But it'll get a little bit better as we get better pieces of gear. So now we are just going to continue just doing Temple of the Firstborn. And we're going to try to get these things called kill streak bonuses. Basically, we're going to be trying to get as many kills in quick succession as possible, but also leaving some monsters. Now, you don't have to do this on Torment 1. It is a little bit more dangerous, and as things get more difficult, which will happen, we will, eventually once we're like level 10, check for other upgrades. But if you're not really one-shotting things, okay, so now that we're level 7, we're still one-shotting, no. It's like 3 on that one. That one's gonna have a lot more HP. But as long as you're killing things, you see these massacre bonuses, right? It's kind of hard to keep up if you're doing it on high torment. So what I like to do is start off on a higher torment. And the reason why is because then I get to level up faster, and then I get to start my chain. It doesn't really matter too much. Like, you can just start off lower. Because we're not going to kill a bunch of things really fast, but we'll get more HP. But you'll notice, now we're not getting as much, so I can lower it. So ideally, you want to be able to right-click and kill things in one hit, because we have a Kanais point, which gives us 275% bonus damage. And we can also craft more weapons, so we'll have more weapons to use. But this is awesome right here. We got a cursed chest. And now we're going to kill 100 enemies and get a nice little bonus once we complete it. So just attack and move. Did we already do the challenge rift? Yes, we did. You feel slow now? Oh, thanks. Okay. So yeah, make sure you select non-PTR, because by default, if you play Diablo on the PTR, like I was playing on the PTR recently, and I also like logged in. It defaults it to the PTR. Yes. When's the new Diablo 4 season? That's not till October. Yeah, the vampire season. So you can see that little rope, and as it's burning down, as long as you hit something, you will continue the streak. And realistically, you're not going to kill all the enemies on this. So as long as we keep these massacre bonus is what it's officially called, but it's basically like, kind of like a kill streak in Call of Duty. You just want to keep it going, and if you drop it, it'll give you the XP that you acquired during it. And the reason why Temple of the Firstborn is one of the best areas is because the density is just like solid. As in, there's lots of monsters, and then also there's a bunch of these cursed chests. If you have the option to play with friends, that's always an option. I probably have, like, look at my friends, we got 100 people online. I try to do these solo because sometimes when people see like a guide, they don't have people to play with, alright? So now we got the event complete, but then we're going to go ahead and accept the bonus, because I don't really mind getting to level 10 earlier on. Sometimes people like to keep their massacre bonus up until a really long time. And ideally you want to hit 10, because that's like a nice little break point. And I'll show you why once we get to it. I just don't happen to have like really good items either right now. But once we can rebind these keys, because in the very beginning you don't have enough skill slots, and eventually we're going to be able to rebind the keys, and I can play much more efficiently once we have access to that. Also, by default, I don't know if elective mode is enabled, but there is a setting, because I'm kind of making this guide for people that may be newer to Diablo 3. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people from Diablo 4 that are coming back to the game. There's a thing called elective mode. It's actually pretty big. Hopefully we won't get surrounded by this elite over here. So I have to actually open up this door. Go over here and hope this area goes all the way through. But what we can do, since we're not getting these like kill trains very fast, oh, we got a veiled crystal. Maybe we can do another reroll. But ideally what you try to do is get it so it has -30, and then once you're at level 40, you can run a max level weapon, and it significantly will increase your speed. But yeah, I've noticed we're not killing things really fast, so I'm going to lower it. And sometimes it comes down to RNG if you get like a weapon to drop. And you can also craft weapons as you progress, but I'm at level 10, and then we'll kind of continue it on from there. And this is going to also have the new season mechanic, hopefully, relatively soon. So right now we're just on hard. So we don't have anything insane. I mean, Kanais point is still like very good. But just attack and keep on moving. You're just dragging the enemies. It doesn't really matter too much if you get the elite or not. It's not like there's going to be huge progress. But unfortunately, like if you get the Fan of Knives one, it's amazing. But you'll have to be able to get Fan of Knives, so it takes a little bit longer since Kanais point will let us basically one-shot most of the things here. You see we're at 31. We want to extend this kill bonus, massacre bonus, as long as possible. Hello, Boone. Is this new season? Yes, it is. Indeed. It just came out literally 31 minutes ago. Put all these chests if we get a weapon. And again, if you die, it's not that big of a deal. Ideally, yes, don't die, but... We just barely made it out over there.
I wish I could do that.
And the potions in this game, unlike in Diablo, where like you have to pick up potions, they just recharge over time. And once a Templar gets to be a certain level, you can also get a passive heal. And you see, we're just kind of continuing this along. Oh, hopefully we don't have to get stuck again. Almost dropped our bonus right there, but ideally we're just trying to hit 10, and we can go back into the merchant, and we can also craft certain weapons. So it'll be fine. We're gonna do it this way since we just ripped, and then we're gonna get our bonus. We can revive in town here, and we're also gonna get our bonus. What you can do if you didn't get lucky and you get like any weapons, I was hoping we got one off that chest, but maybe we can get some damage off of this extra glove upgrade. So what you can do is you can also craft extra bows if you want to. The first one that you're going to be able to craft is at level 18. You can see it costs 5 Veiled Crystals, or we can take those Veiled Crystals if I want to and maybe get lucky and re-roll this. But remember how we did it on the Witch Doctor before? If I was to do this on this character over here, you can see that there's extra maximum discipline. We don't want that, but I have 3 more of these Veiled Crystals, so it's going to be more valuable for me as you progress. You could do this later, but I'm just doing this so I can show you. So we're going to go back to our bowman. I think I put it in the stash, but as long as it's in the stash, we can just grab it on our other character. These are the 2 bad ones. And also another thing is if you get these items over here, because I don't need these ones, right? I can take the item and we can just salvage it. And if we salvage it, we'll get Veiled Crystals. So we might be able to do 2 rerolls over here. And I want to say you might be able to get some extra resources from the new season mechanic. And I'll show you guys the new season mechanic when it happens, as it's random. There's these new blue portals that spawn in. We're going to go put this bow back so we can reroll on the Witch Doctor. Again, it's because the Witch Doctor cannot roll with the bonus to maximum discipline because, well, he doesn't have discipline. He uses mana. So, yeah. So we're going to swap back to the Witch Doctor. And you can start salvaging your stuff, and you can keep on re-rolling these things. It's not like there's a limit. We can just keep it equipped on him. It should be smarter. And we also have a bunch of blood shards, and you can gamble your blood shards if you want to. Ideally, you can go for several different things, depending on the class that you play. But we're going to go ahead and do this again. We're going to re-roll. We have maybe two re-rolls over here. So we want this level requirement reduced. 22, woo, that's good. At level 48, we're going to be godly, and this is massive. Again, ideally, you just get it as high as possible. I don't need to put it in the stash. We're just going to remember, at level 48 now, that's our breakpoint for getting something amazing. That was pretty good. It's just that its rolls are so far away. It's anywhere from 2 to 30, so it's a big variance. It's almost like crit on your rings in Diablo 4. You have like 1 point something crit chance. Also, you can check these vendors if you can. Check if they have any good items here. This is what you're looking for. Ideally, these rings. It's just this small amount of damage. It does add up though. And then if you see any upgrades, you're looking for anything in the green. You usually don't really need to read too much, but there is an exception. If there's movement speed, that's the one area where you do not sacrifice movement speed. And now we have this. Let's see what we have. Oh, this is giving us 15% damage. Let's see what's better, because this is like nothing for gold. You'll have basically unlimited gold to spend. So now we have 48 versus 36, but the other one can use a quiver, but I don't have a quiver right now, unfortunately. So now we're going to take all of these items, and we can just salvage them. Don't sell them for gold. Gold is kind of worthless in this game. There's no one trades for gold in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to salvage all of them. If you don't want to salvage the item, here's what I always do. I just do it like this. It's faster to do it this way. You can also transmog it, but the fastest way to do it in the game is just to do it that way. Throw the item that you want to keep on the ground. And you can also check the vendors for any other upgrades. Things that will be kind of nice in the very beginning is any sort of things that's going to give you extra life on some sort of hit, like life regen. I mean, this one's just small, but all upgrades eventually add up, right? But getting those rings specifically, usually I go at level like 10-ish, but I just happen to die over there. And you're going to reset this area anyways. the Temple of the Firstborn, so do not worry if you die, because you can just reset the area like I did, like right there, where I just went back to town, and I went and got the nice little upgrade. So you can see now we're doing a lot more damage. Now I can maybe increase difficulty. Now you can't just hit escape and go increase the difficulty. You have to leave the game, which is kind of annoying, but we're just going to do it on hard right now, and eventually we will be able to bump it up once we get maybe a couple different items. What you can do, there's not any other massive damage bonus that we're realistically going to be getting. We could gamble with Katala, and I want to gamble at like 10. Well, there are certain items that you can gamble on. I actually should pull up the website for you guys, because it's actually pretty important, actually. I think on Icy Veins, they have the Kadala gamble. There used to be, like, I think the website changed, but there used to be one. Let's see where it has the weapons. Okay, so it shows you all the things that you can gamble with your blood shards. So if we go down to, let's see, okay, this is crafting. Okay, so spending the challenge of blood shards. So on our rogue, or a demon hunter, certain items don't appear until a very specific level. So at level 31, you can go for a holy point shot. So at level 31, we can gamble for holy point shot. That's what I actually plan to do. There's another strategy that you can go for on, it is, what is it? Leorix. There's a ring. Okay, so you can get Leorix Crown also. This is a really good item. Does it show what the item does? Okay, it doesn't. So Leorix Crown's pretty good. It doesn't show the item. Okay. Well, basically you can socket in something and you'll get extra XP. That one's good. You can also gamble for the Leorix Ring, although I would rather hit 31 and go for the Holy Point Shot. So there's also, let me see if Max Roll I think has it too. Blood Shards. There should be one. Okay, this one's season 28, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the character, and we are going to be playing, of course, the Demon Hunter here. So even if you want to play another class, I recommend Demon Hunter anyways, but it'll show you all of the chances. So what you're really looking for is whatever level requirement. You go to the, I'm pretty sure Leorix Ring is the other option, but Leorix Crown used to be like, I guess, level items at level 16 or under, it doesn't really matter. But the thing that we want is Holy Point Shot, and that one you have to be level 31 to actually go for it. And if you do want a very specific one like Sin Seekers, you actually want to gamble at level 30, because at 31 there's more items in the pool, and at level 34 the 9th series Satchel is something that we can also get. But Holy Point Shot is going to actually help out so much. And I'm going to go for, well, it's going to be random on what we get. Either way, Holy Point Shot will be excellent as well. And as you level up, you're going to get runes, but they're not like runes like in Diablo 2. Like in Diablo 2, the runes, how it works is like you can make these like things called rune words. Okay, we got level 9. And let's grab this, and hopefully we'll get one of those new seasonal portals so I can show you guys how it looks. But I want to actually put in a new skill, and you don't have to keep the kill chain bonus like the whole time, because sometimes you want to level up so you can put in like the different things. So what these are runes, and as you level up, you just gain skills. It's not like in Diablo 4 where you have to like put in your skills. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to move these over. And you can just click over here. You can hit S to open up your skills. Whoops. I'm going to put it like this. Some skills you can't put on a certain button. They make it so you have to put it on a certain thing. Like I can't put Caltrops over there. Let's go move this real quick. So it says you can't change your skills in combat, but you totally can sometimes. But right now we're going to be kind of starved for resource, as well. We don't have some sort of way to just instantly generate a bunch of resource. So right now our generator is the Hungering Arrow, and our spender is going to be the Impale. But that may change later, depending on if we get a certain item. Because in Diablo 3, you get items that give you like a huge, and I mean a huge massive bonus. Like, I actually really liked Chakram, which we'll get later, but the thing is, we got the bonus to Carly's point. Oh, it's not even letting me open up the door, because we bound this over here. It's just rolling me around. But what's nice with this is, It doesn't matter too much if you die, because you can just respawn instantly. Now, it will ruin your kill streak bonus. Maybe putting this on left click was a bad idea. Eventually, once we get these other skill bars opened up, we can put something else over there. It's just that everyone has their hotkeys that they like. Nice, we got one of the cursed chests again. Go ahead and open it up. The thing that is really rough in the very beginning is with this build, we don't have any giant AoE clear. That's one thing that Necromancer kind of just beats out on most of the classes with. But the thing is that I want to play Demon Hunter because I want the ability to get the Shadow 6-piece, as the Shadow 6-piece is quite phenomenal to get in the very beginning. And the leveling process can take you a while. It's honestly very RNG with like what you can get in terms of the craft. Like ours is not bad, because we were able to roll that thing on the Witch Doctor, and at level 48, we'll basically just zoom through. So our goal right now, hit level 48. And once we're level 48, can we get the new portal in Rifts? No, you cannot. So the new portals only open up in the open world, which is exactly what we're doing right now. You can see all these little tiny bugs, and because we can only hit one thing, it's kind of rough, but at least we basically kill everything in one hit, which is actually quite nice. Some other classes, it could be much worse for the leveling experience, but with Demon Hunter, we guarantee, you can see we're basically one-shotting most of the small stuff, right? But once we get like Blood Vengeance, it's going to be significantly faster. That is a passive that we're going to be getting. It's going to just give us extra resource. There's a lot of things that I'm going to spec out for a resource. You want to just keep these kill chains though. I believe 600 is the cap in terms of like the extra bonus, but it's not realistic to try to get 600 every single time. You can see like I've even ripped a couple times at like 100-ish. It's fine. So there are certain breakpoints for every single class. Like you can get a certain item, like maybe that you want to gamble for, and at that point you would want to drop your chain to actually do that. But Fire, appreciate the follow me. The puzzle ring. Yeah, the puzzle ring is pretty cool. Although, surprisingly, it's actually not even efficient to use. Unless it's an ancient one, you're better off just doing rifts. We'll eventually clear out all of these, and you kind of want to try to keep one monster up. Hopefully we can continue it. Okay, well, we leveled up. We're level 10 now. And that's actually kind of a nice break point, because our Templar will have a heal ability once we're out of combat. And the heal ability is going to be really good because the heal will allow us to sustain a lot more. And if we get other items, we can equip him with our older pieces of gear. Is it going to really help out that much? It's like small, but you might as well. He can actually do damage in the very beginning. Later, yeah, he doesn't really do anything in the end game for damage, but he's useful for other things. Grab these. Pick up all the items, and then you want to just salvage them. Don't sell them for gold. Ideally, you just want to pick up the yellow things so you can re-roll your items. And eventually, once we hit level 18, we can craft weapons for us so we can progress. I'm actually relatively happy with the level 40. It was like 26. So like level like what, 44 or 48, whatever. We're able to get that upgrade to swap weapons. Yeah, 18 is the first level where you get to craft something. So you kind of have some options. And honestly, to get another relatively high roll, it's RNG. We could try to push our luck, but I still want to craft something at 18. But after the level 18 one, we'll see what we can get. Now, once you get to the point where you're at level 2, you can just reset it. Sometimes people, if you do happen to have the bounty, I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it. We can go ahead and just do it for the sake of doing it, but majority of people usually just do level 1, and then they reset and hope they get the cursed chest again and again. But we want the lightning one, because the lightning one will have the thing ricochet, and it really helps out. If you see any of these chests, always open up any of the resplendent chests, because they can have items that can help your progress. So the massacre bonus is started. very beginning, a lot of stutter stepping. And sometimes you want to leave an enemy. Let's see, we're going to skip out on this. This is part of the bounty. We're just going to get the... You can see, look at this thing. We're just deleting it. There we go. And then you get a chest after. So, is it worth it for the chest? I mean, we got a... let's see if this is going to increase our damage. So we're at 53 and 44. So I think this is actually going to still be better. Actually, let's see if this... is that an increase or a decrease? Let's see. Oh, no. It's going to be decrease. Okay. So at this point, we're just going to go back and we're going to refresh the game. Again, usually people just do level 1, but if it's the bounty, if you want to, it's not that bad because you can maybe get an upgrade. You can see if there's anything else that's going to give us extra damage. All you're really looking for is damage. Again, with the exception of the boots, you definitely can benefit off of the additional movement speed. And then if you want to equip your follower, if there's anything to get with your follower, let's see, like he needs some boots. We actually just got rid of our boots with movement speed, so we can give him the boots. What else can we give him? Give him extra survivability. I mean, this one actually gives us a lot of survivability, but it's fine. I only really care about damage for the most part. This is also like a wizard hat, so it's not going to be useful for us. We're just going to leave the game and then go right back in. You got a portal level 5 and you got smoked. Okay, so yeah, the portals are not super easy to complete in the earlier stages. I'm going to go in one if we see one just because, well, that's the new content. But yeah, it's not going to be super easy. Sometimes you can get like multiple bosses. The enemies also can apply like a slow, and they can also remove your resource. It's actually pretty hard to kill. Some of the maps, if you get like triple bosses, it's really rough for someone that's, you know, low level. But these portals should be spawning in. New season today? Yes, new season just started today. Indeed, just started. But Drifting, appreciate the follow. But yeah, I like visually, like Diablo 3, how the camera is. It's much more satisfying. Also, I like, in general, like Diablo 3, because I know a lot of people are talking about Diablo 4, because they're just coming back, maybe from maybe not playing Diablo 3 in a long time, or maybe they're just coming back to play it for the first time. We killed too many enemies. Sometimes what you want to do is you want to drag the enemies, and now we have Chakram. As much as I enjoy running Impale, and like it does hit for a pretty good amount of damage, the way it clears things compared to Chakram, because this only hits one target, right? Even though I have the inside of the Kanais Cube, well, I'd rather hit 31 and then get the triple, and then I can start killing 3 things at a time. So you can throw in, and this is fine. But Chakram is actually a really, really good skill. So we're going to actually swap to Chakram because it goes through everything. And yeah, we're going to swap to that. And then we can swap this one over here to whatever generator that you want. Which one is the best generator? I just like the one that gives me as much hatred as possible. So at level 17, we're going to be able to use that one. So even though we have like a huge massive bonus and we can one-shot the other things, because in this area there's a lot of these little like bugs. As far as doing these events, it's like optional, I'd say. If there's a cursed chest, yeah, I'd rather just do that. So you can see how we're able to look at this. It's just night and day difference. And we can bump up the difficulty if we want to. And if you want to check their HP, what's it? It's the button. There's an option to check out the HP. And so we're killing stuff relatively fast. We can start bumping it up. Just before, it was taking a lot longer. And Twin Chakram is actually really good as well. But yeah, our goal right now, our next thing to do is to get to 31. There's another strategy that some people do, and again, it's all up to you. I will eventually equip Impale again, and the reason why we're going to equip Impale again is because with Impale, I can one-shot a lot of the elites. That's going to be helpful. Trying to get hit by the frozen stuff. Pick up the book because it gives us XP. Let's go do some dialogue, but we're going to remove that. Hopefully drag this elite over. Down. Ooh, we dropped a helm. Okay, nice. Didn't have to gamble for the layer arts. We didn't even have a ruby anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you have to be level 18 before the gems will drop anyways, and hopefully we'll get one. And we dropped our chain anyways, it's fine. So we're going to swap and equip this helm because it's going to be a nice little benefit for us. And what this helm is going to do that's really good is that, well, give us monsters, give more plus 3 XP on kill. Okay, small thing, but anything, right? Anything matters. Classes like Necromancer get to blaze through content so much faster, especially if you get Nair's Black Death, which is like an item where you just happen to equip a bunch of poison skills and it just does massive damage. It's just so good. This Temple of Firstborn is still one of the best places. There's the meat cleavers leveling, but it's not beginner friendly and it is terrible. Like, for me at least, it's painful to do, and I don't like it. So for that reason, I have no desire. Okay, now we got Blood Vengeance. So this is going to significantly increase our leveling. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use Blood Vengeance as our passive. So Blood Vengeance, what it does is makes so when we pick up a globe, it's going to give us resource. And it's going to be so much smoother. But once we level up a little bit more, we're going to be gaining all of our skill bar slots, which is super helpful. But now, watch what happens when we pick up a globe, eventually once one drops. Oh, the Vision of Enmity just popped up. So this is the brand new season mechanic. And a lot of people want to know, is it worth doing earlier on? Honestly, it's so hard that most people will probably not be able to do it. Are we going to do it for the sake of doing it? Sure. Let's see what we got. And it depends on what you get for the roll on it. But let's go and see what we're getting for XP. So we're level 13 and like 90%. Each one of these little like things, I believe, is 10% of your bar. So each one of these little orange things under our HP lets us know. Okay, so far it's not that bad in terms of its density. In terms of difficulty, though, yeah, it will get a lot harder. Now we have our Fan of Knives. So if I got the other Demon Hunter Legendary, the one where it increases Fan of Knives damage, oh, that one is excellent. Gravebear, hello mate, how you doing? Alright, so let's go to the next floor. I don't think there's any other items we need to pick up. So let's see if we got anything good that we can equip on our character for any bonuses. Nope. Let's go to the next area. Oh, this one looks kind of challenging. Oh my gosh, look at this. Some of these, again, they're going to be very challenging, and realistically, you're just going to rip on. We'll see how it goes. Dodge that. Ooh. Yeah. But I believe there is no penalty for just dying on these, so. But I'm not sure what the minimum level requirement is. Someone said they got it at level 5 and they got wrecked. But, yeah. So, I guess my suggestion is if you're playing hardcore, probably don't do these. But you can get Death's Breath way earlier. This is like way earlier on than what you're normally supposed to be able to. And I guess we're getting some items. We'll see what the items. I don't think these items are going to be like level 70. It'd be cool if you got level 70 items. Then you can hope that you get one of those items to roll. And how these work is there's different like depths to these. So this one gives us more movement speed, more damage, let's see, 70. What was the other one? Sometimes the damage number isn't always 100% accurate. Like if I was to equip this, let's see, 76 versus, what is it, 83. This is accurate up until a certain point in the game. And then if there's any other skills that you want to try out, like for me, I really like Smokescreen over the Caltrops, so I'm going to throw in Smokescreen. And then we can do Displacement, and then we can also move Vault out, and we're going to do Preparation. And this is kind of like what I like for my setup. And eventually we're going to get Serrated Arrow if we want to, or you can get Evasive Fire and do Harden. Those are kind of like the popular ones to play in the very beginning. But yeah, later, once we're at 31, that's our next like bigger break point. Then we can go back to maybe using Holy Point Shot. Oh, this one is applying a debuff. Oh, this is one of the monsters. It applies. Oh, well, we leveled up, so I couldn't even finish reading. But there's a lot of these things that will absolutely, and I mean absolutely, destroy you. And this is the new season mechanic. There's a lot of stuff over there. But it's a little small area. Kind of reminds me of like Diablo 1, some of the smaller like side areas, like Leoric's chamber. Oh man, there's so many explosions over here. Just gotta dodge them all. activate that. That's why I love displacement. Oh, he still froze us. Is it Iswal? So you can see these, they slow you, it reduces your armor. Templar's got another ability that we can throw in. Oh, we got a Greater Rift Stone. Okay. Now, it's weird because you can't even open those up until you're 70. It'd be kind of cool if you could just open up a GR at level, like, whatever. You probably wouldn't be able to complete it, but since the monsters scale with it, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see. If they did a season where you could just do GRs at the start, because then you can get your gems early, and that'd be kind of nice. But honestly, Diablo 3 is a very fast game anyways, so we'll see if we have any upgrades over here. We're almost running out of space. This one's extra damage. We lose toughness, but it's a decent amount of damage upgrade. And so let's just get rid of the blue items. If you need to drop any of your items, just drop the blue ones. The only ones that are actually important to salvage are going to be the yellows, as it will give you Veiled Crystals, and Veiled Crystals are good. It gives us a bunch of stuff at the start. And I don't know actually how many these go in terms of deep. I know it's at least like 6. It might be kind of random. But you can also fight in town. You leveling Necron, this is the first season that you're finally doing it on day 1? Nice. Yeah. In this season, one thing that is kind of nice though is you don't have to worry about like people like spamming Paragons and you're going to be super far behind. Honestly, with that level 15 one on your follower, sometimes people don't want to get these because it messes up their build, but I mean, I don't really mind the extra. They can make it so they take more damage, they can charge in. I honestly don't mind getting it while leveling, but I know there's some people that don't really like getting the third one. The fourth one is kind of the most important one, as it's going to increase our regen for our hatred, which is quite nice to have. Okay, nice. And now we're just going to go to the next floor. If we can. Let's see, because at the very end of these, there is a chest that you can open up, and it's like the whole reason why you do these. So what are we at? Level 13? I would say these are kind of worth doing. I mean, it adds a little bit more variety. I'm going to mix it up just to kind of see. One thing that's nice with Chalk Room, it goes through all its terrain in the game. And I'm guessing these have like higher legendary drop chance, but I'm actually not sure. Because I played it on the PTR, and PTR has like buffed drops anyways. How does it say? Oh, okay, it just says Paragon cap. So that's just like this season. But we'll see. We got a Leorix ring. Oh, that's actually going to be quite nice. Quite nice indeed. But yeah, sometimes on some season Diablos, it can take hours to level up. Like last season, it took us 1 hour. 1 hour exactly. Pretty much to get to max level. But sometimes you get unlucky, you don't get a good, like if I got the Fan of Knives one, that thing is just so much faster. Alright, so let's go ahead and identify this ring. And this is going to be Leorix ring. And I know that because, well, there are certain items that don't drop until certain levels in the game. More movement speed, yes. As far as this goes, yeah, I'm going to take this one. And we leveled up to 16, nice. Oh. This is actually from the campaign. This is actually really cool. Oh, but look at all those, like, freezes. Last second, pop this, and then move out of the way. Oh my gosh, I can't move! It's just like frozen. Oh my gosh. Woo. This one's actually a really cool part of the campaign. There we go. Alright, so I want to say, in terms of is this worth doing earlier on, I mean, we got 2 legendaries in a short amount of time. It's probably buff drop rate for legendaries, my guess, honestly. But yeah, it's a lot tougher. This is only on hard. It's because sometimes people like to level up on expert, and again, it's up to you on what you want to level it up on. I like to make the game feel good. Like, even if it takes me 10 minutes longer, if I'm like one-shotting or two-shotting things, I just prefer it. And also, if you're dying consistently, like if you die once in a while, it's not that bad, but if you're consistently just dying again and again, that can hurt your leveling process speed. But like in terms of like the massacre bonuses, it's not really here. So I want to say it might still be faster to do it the other way, but I'm going to test out both because Even though I tested this thing out on PTR and like my feedback was like, well, it's really not worth it to do these. With the extra legendaries, depending on what you get for your class, that could be pretty good. Like, for example, if you're playing Monk and you get the crudest boots in the earlier stages, that's very good. Right. But if you're playing some other classes where there's like really nothing to get, then the other option might be better. Now we can go straight to the next floor. We can grab this. I don't think there's a big need to kill every single monster on screen. This thing's almost gone, so we're going to kill it so we can get the Death's Breath, which is kind of a nicer thing to have. This item will let us teleport. No problem. Dang, that's a lot of toughness though. We got the extra crit hit chance by 1%. So we got extra damage on that one. So that's an easy swap. But I actually do want to keep this one because this is going to give us a bonus of 29% XP. That's pretty massive. So we will keep it for those reasons. Oh, now we're in town. Oh, there's a treasure goblin. Oh man, this is going to be just like death here. It's going to be so hard to actually survive this. Dang, yeah, those new monster affixes, you can feel them in the earlier stages. But once you're like doing like T16, oh, we got another legendary. Ooh, nice. We got this treasure goblin running around. I want to get him down. Man, these elites are really slowing us down. Jeez. It has the new monster affix that makes it really hard. Yeah, that is ridiculous. But we gotta kill this goblin. I don't want him to escape. Because if you don't kill the goblins fast enough, they will escape. Although he's kind of bugged right now. Looks like he's just chilling. Alright, that's what I like to see. Because maybe he doesn't know where to go because this is mapped out for the town and he has no idea where to go. Alright, so we're gonna get the quiver. And after you open up this thing, it's going to end. So I don't remember how many deep this was, but wait, this is Diablo 1 music. Oh, cool. Anyways, because we're also listening to another video game soundtrack in the background. So we had a bunch of the different. What's full? Oh, it doesn't really matter too much. Just don't leave any of the yellow items on the ground, as that's something you may actually want. I don't think there's any new skins here either. But yeah, once you open up the chest, the vision will actually end, and you can go. I guess you can just go right back. Oh, I don't want to go all the way back from there. So let's go ahead and see what we got. I'm pretty sure this is going to be an upgrade. Usually any legendary will probably be an upgrade. Let's see if it kicks us out. Okay, it's going to kick us out. Then we can reset. We can also salvage all the things that we don't want. Nice 13% increased damage. And we go to our follower, and we can give him any other like bonuses that we got, like if there's any rings. Again, earlier stages, it is absolutely worth it to equip your follower. A small amount of damage can kill like some stuff as he progresses. Let's see, is there a chest piece? Oh, we can't use that one. The Demon Hunter only one. Can use this one? Okay, there we go. And no belt for him. I guess we can throw on some random gloves. Is this one actually an upgrade? It is. Okay, you can get our old one. Usually what you want to do is always give him the hand-me-downs. And then we can repair, and then we're just going to salvage everything. And some of the items, if you're wondering why you can't, some of the items, if you buy them, you can't. We're going to go to the fence merchants and see if there's any nice little upgrades. Again, just looking for up arrows. Okay. 9%. So crossbows in this game just in general will feel worse because they fire slower, but they hit harder. And there comes to a point sometimes, even though where it shows like the damage. Oh, I can't actually use this, but my follower can. So I'm going to equip it to him. Just look for up arrows, or not up arrows, but the up. Okay, let's see if there's any other items. No upgrades here. But usually you want to check the fence merchants. And one of them can have an amulet. Since we're past 12, I believe we can go to Act 1. And sometimes you can get an amulet. Because amulets are like one of the hardest things to drop in the game, just in general. And also you pop these to make our movement speed a little faster. So yeah, this one over here in Act 1. I don't know why. This guy, he usually has the good items. But let's go see if we've got any upgrades over here. Trinkets. Oh, he does have an amulet. We have physical deals more, but really, there's not too many other things. We can get 2, and I'm going to give 1 to my friend over here, my follower. And I guess he's just missing some shoulder pieces. And now what we're going to do, actually, we can just teleport to the Temple of the Firstborn once again. And you can go through all the vendors, but honestly, that one's just going to have like the highest chance for amulets. Ideally, you just want plus hit damage. That's what you want. And we can do more of these visions of Enmity. I think it was kind of actually worth it. Now we're just melting some stuff. So we can maybe bump it up in terms of the difficulty. As we're killing stuff so fast, I can't even keep up with the... This is why I love Chakram, by the way. It just goes through all the terrain. Doesn't care about the y-axis of the game. Like in terms of up and down. And we got another curse. Now this one's going to be much better now that we can actually kill stuff. Because before, well, we just simply didn't have the amount of damage and the clear speed because, well, even though we can one-shot things with our Impale, well, we're going to run out of resource. And now with the Bloodbend, as you see when we pick up the globe, it's going to give us extra resource. And also when you level up, you also gain extra resource as well. And now our kill streak bonuses, everything's going to be getting way faster. And we're at level 18, so I can start crafting items if I want to. We actually run the one that gives us extra resource by, like, instead of getting 4, we gain 7. It's kind of nice. The Hungering Arrow one. Oh, this last remaining. Okay. Now we're gonna get our Massacre bonus, and hopefully we get a Ruby. That's what we're hoping to get at level 18. Okay, did not get one. And the easiest way to get it is, again, Zulton Kule. He's just like our guy. We got another pair of shoulders. Cool. And if you get an item, like right now our streak hasn't really started, so it doesn't really matter. But it's totally fine to stop this one's extra damage. Then we're going to go give him our old one. And if it says the word emanates, which is the green text on the item, like this one, it means that if I put that on my follower, I benefit from that. It makes leveling up solo a lot easier with these new emanations. Because in this game, in general, if you want to be the fastest, like you want to be the fastest way to level play in a group, it's just way better. Way better. You thought D3 was done when D4 came out? No, they're still getting updates, which is great. I genuinely like playing Diablo 3, 4. I play D2. I play Diablo 1 still, but only mods. Diablo 1 doesn't get new seasons. Diablo 2 still gets new seasons, which is awesome. Now we got another skill put in. Oh, we dropped our kill streak bonus. New skill slot. Eventually we can get some pets, get some extra movement speed or survivability. I like getting the pet that has movement speed. Oh, Enmity happened to appear. Okay, so since the Enmity is new, I'm just going to level up, mixing it up with this, and this way I can give you guys a much better result, because the PTR is going to have inflated drop chance anyways, and I think it is still actually pretty decent. Alright, so now we're going to activate a new skill slot. Since we don't have any use for Strafe, if there's anything better that we can throw in, let's see if we can. Shadow Power. We have Companion, and I want to get to the Ferret one, but that's not till 46. And then with Chakram, we have Twin Chakram. This one is great. And we have the ability to increase our maximum. If there's any other upgrades, like Serrated Arrow, that's small. Fan of Knives gets, it's so good if you get the Legendary. But we got Carly's Point. Oh. But yeah, even though we had Carly's Point, in the very beginning we did use it. Oh, this one's got Jailer. Jailer is a one that will get you killed a lot. Because it just automatically snaps to you. There's no, like, aim in it. They always hit you with it, and then you're not going to be able to move. So some of these can be quite challenging. And what is kind of nice with this, at least I'll have a bunch of Death's Breath and a bunch of Greater Rift Stones when the time does come. I can't move at all. Yeah, we're stuck with that Jailer. Not allowing us to move at all. The density is actually pretty big over here. All these Death Breath. Look at that. 10 Death Breath just right there. And it's going to be nice because it's, what, 25 to craft? I don't know. Maybe we can actually craft some more. And then get that. Get some extra legendaries, which will kind of help out. What are we at for Death's Breath? I'm actually kind of curious. We're at 31 already. Okay. So that can kind of definitely speed up the process on certain things. But yeah, this season, no big power buff for leveling. Sometimes that happens. I don't know if it's worth killing every single thing, but I'm going to kill the blues at least. Just to kind of do this also for testing to see, is it even worth killing them? I mean, I know it's worth it in terms of getting the death breath. Maybe it's worth it just to open up the chest at the very end. We'll find out. Templar has a new thing to get, which is extra resource. And make sure we pick up these globes, as it's going to give us extra resource. Ooh, yeah, okay, I'd say this thing's not too bad. It depends again on the class that you're playing. So I think it's worth it to kill all of the blues because we got another legendary. Oh my gosh, this is actually super good. Potentially. What this does is it makes it so we gain thorns equal to our vitality. So let's see if the things start one-shotting themselves, because I'm pretty sure earlier on this thing's actually pretty good. Let's see. Like normally you don't play like thorns on rogues, but they're doing half of the damage already. That's good. I just remember one season we got it on like Barb earlier on, and because I never like thought of leveling with that item, because it's not like most people will ever be like, all right, you gotta craft, what's it called, Heart of Iron. It was just like breeze through all the content. But that's gonna be kind of nice, and like this area definitely has, I want to say, inflated legendary drop chance, or maybe we're just getting really lucky. I don't know. Go to the next floor over here. So one of these has some sort of resource burn, so you gotta kind of watch out for that one. I got feared. Oh, only level 22. It's weird because I normally like in 1 hour I'd be max level, but like there's no seasonal like power here. So I'm actually kind of curious to know how long it takes the average player, I guess, for this class as well. I know in Necromancer it'll be kind of faster, but we'll see. How many am I getting these purple hollow rifts? So instead of doing rifts, like you just need to do Temple of the Firstborn. That's pretty much the go-to for like 90% of the players. There is another method which you can level, which is doing these. Wow, that slow is ridiculous. That's a new like mod. These monsters are supposed to be harder in here, but I mean they are dropping rewards in a way proportional to the results. But once we hit level 31, if we can get the item, Carly's point, we can bump up the difficulty and we will be absolutely just one-shotting like the entire lobby, and it's going to be fantastic. But I'm going to keep it on hard for now because going to these areas, yeah, these areas are pretty difficult. And if I really want to, I could probably put it on expert, but that would be like really pushing it, and it doesn't make the game feel as good. Alright. What do we got? We got a belt. Oh, actually, this might actually be an item we can maybe mess around with. It makes the grenades bounce and do like way more damage. So sometimes with Diablo, like you got to be playing around what legendary drops that you have, and like later you can swap. Obviously, later you can play whatever build that you actually want to play. But because this game gives you like 300% bonus damage to like something, right? Like this one makes the grenades bounce, and it gives you a massive amount of extra damage, which I'll show you guys. So this one, grenades can bounce 3 to 5 times, and it does 50% each damage, and it's increased to 800 on the final bounce. So you'd probably honestly want like the lower one, because you want that last one to activate as quickly as possible. I like steady aim. This one's okay too, but I want to go with steady aim, and then we can maybe swap to something that's going to give us some sort of grenade. So I know cluster arrow launches a bunch of grenades. There's also just grenade. We can try out just regular grenade and mess around with it, so it gives us extra hatred, and now we have something that gives us extra damage. I like the one that throws out triple. This one that shows, yeah, it's not till 40, and at level 31 is hopefully when we get our next breakpoint, but this will be better for, you know, right now than what we had before. Let's see actually how much damage this is doing. It's actually not that bad. Okay, next level. Let's go. All right, what else did we get? Do we get any upgrades here? Oh, we got extra damage. Extra damage. Nice. I know, I just like the way Chakram behaves, but I mean, if it does 800% bonus damage on the 5th balance, it's probably just better to play with this. Yeah, it is a big difference, I think. Actually, we can bump it up. I can drop Chakram completely, and let's see if we can throw in anything else. You know, we're like Mark for Death maybe on a Elite, but yeah, we're gonna basically play with this. You can probably bump up the difficulty too. Yeah, there's not really anything else that I want to mess around with. Let's go to the next area. It's only 1 grenade. But yeah, it's gonna ramp up the damage quite fast. Oh, we got another legendary, but it's gonna be the same crown. The reason why is at a certain level, there's not that many things that can actually drop, so you end up getting the same thing. Ooh, 32% damage. Wow. Just with that amulet. That is crazy. Next floor, let's go. And since we passed level 18, we can actually craft an item now. So how much is it actually hitting for? I'm not actually really paying too much attention. 300? But on the last one, it's going to basically one-shot it. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got the town running in. 31 is our next awesome upgrade. Now that I'm using this, I'm actually really digging this. I've never really got this thing while leveling, so. Remember, just pick up the yellow ones because you're going to be disenchanting. But still pick up any of the bows, any of the weapons that you get, because they can be upgrades. Look at that, 32% damage right there, just from that. Nice. And also, I believe you can get a goblin one. You can get one where it's just a massive amount of goblins. Oh, we have this. Well, we can get the one with cheat death now, because the other one, you probably would want to take the resource one. But since I got this item, it's orange if you get it. This one is just much better. Much better. Nice. We're just cleaning up content super fast. Ooh, we got triple bosses on this one. This one will actually use the Mark for Death. Ooh, probably have an upgrade here with that weapon. Nice. Oh, we're actually completely full. Look at that. Actually, I'm kind of okay with keeping this item in terms of the chest piece, because it's actually not bad, and that's going to scale as we get more HP. I probably have a lot of upgrades now. Let's keep on going. But Jed, appreciate the follow, mate. Just got the goblin one. You got 50 goblins. Oh, you're only level 22. Oh, so you missed out on them. Yeah, it's kind of hard at the lower levels. I think I got mine at like level 11. It's the first one that I got. We should actually look at our inventory. See if there's pick up these quivers, see if there's an upgrade. Nope. But with grenades, the nice thing is I can actually use this with a quiver. So yeah, you can use, I believe, bolas. Because some skills you have to have a bow. But this one, we're really able to ramp up. Oh, there's a goblin right there. Oh, should be marking him for death. There we go. And then the final chest. Let's see, what are we getting? Let's open it up. I get all of our... This is going to be so nice, actually. I think this is super worth doing. Now that I'm thinking about it now, that's going to be a huge advantage in the game. Oh, we got some gems over here, finally, because we hit level 18. Let's see if there's anything else. I think we threw those on the ground. That's going to be really nice because we're going to have a huge head start on all of the bounties. It's going to kick us out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We don't need to warp back in. Lightning skills. We lose 10% toughness for 0.5, not even 1%. And in town, there's the Book of Cain. You can just do this so you can identify your items way faster. Let's see if this is... Oh, it's got 52% damage. Okay, that's a no-brainer. However, our Templar can definitely make use of that. So we're going to give it to him. Oh, we have the Broken Crown now. So we want to equip the Level Req Crown. We're going to give him the Broken Crown. That makes it so more gems drop. Now, right now, I'm just going to throw this in. We ideally would like to get a Ruby. A Ruby is going to be really big for us because it's going to give us way more XP. Is that movement speed, though? Ah, yes, that's movement speed. I just hate going to an item that has no movement speed. I'm going to keep the current... even though that one says plus damage. The other legendary power is not factored in when it counts the stuff. We have 2 Level Req Crown. That one's 85%. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. We could also throw it in the cube, potentially. So now we're going to go and do another Temple of the Firstborn. And you can see, this is the best way to level. You can do... you can actually probably bump this up. Let's try bumping this up, and let's see how it goes. We're going to start off on Torment, which I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to do, but it's better to start off higher and then lower it. Because remember, we just got a 50% bonus damage on our item. But let's see, in terms of Hope of Cain, can we actually craft another one? We're going to be... It takes a lot of Veil Crystals. It takes 50 Veil Crystals for that, which is significant. But let's go ahead and go to, again, Act 2. There used to be another strategy where you can try to go for a shrine earlier on. That you can go to Act 4 and then get a shrine, but it's probably not even worth it. Let's go to the Temple of the Firstborn. I guess if you happen to have the gloves, it might be worth it. Let's see. Let's just throw this one in. Might as well get more like vitality and stats. Once you salvage the item, it'll give you back the gems, just like in Diablo 4. However, in Diablo... oh wait, we're actually able to do T1, no problem. Okay, cool. This is going to significantly increase our speed. I mean, we're not one-shotting everything, but it's relatively safe. Let's see if we have any more companions. I want the Spider Companion. The reason why is the Spider Companion... Oh, we're going to have to kill this thing first. The reason why I want the Spider Companion is because he has HP, and that will be our like extra little tank. And we can see if there's anything else for upgrades as we progress. Let's see if there's anything else that I want. No, not really right now. As far as passives go, not until... Archery's like, okay. Yeah, this grenade thing is excellent. When did we get the triple? Remember, 31 is our next breakpoint for something exciting. So keep these massacre bonuses going on. The nice thing with these grenades, I can throw them and they're going to eventually kill the thing, right? Oh, there we go. There's that cursed chest. Woo! Have this extra elite over here. But the leveling process, once we level 48, it's just going to be extra zoomy. Activate that mark for death on maybe a little faster. I think with the Phantom Knives, there's one called Bladed Armor if you want to get it. It's for extra survivability. I feel like we're doing pretty good in the survivability department. Everything's like kind of coming together. And within a few hours, you can be max level in Diablo 3 versus Diablo 4. It takes a really long time. You just got the oh, you're disappointed, but oh well, press on. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much you can do if you can't kill all the goblins. Ideally, you just try to kill at least one and move on. Honestly, earlier on, I think the goblin that drops the gems, like if you're wondering which goblin to kill in the very beginning, the one that drops the gems might actually be one of the more valuable ones. Also, what we can do to actually get more XP is do any of the bounties that are like Zulton Kule. And the reason why is because everyone usually will, as they're leveling up, you'll get a Level Req Crown. It's just very, very common. This one's going to be better for us right now. I don't really need the resource cost reduction right now. Ideally, we want the XP one. So, we can throw that also in the Kanais Cube because we have all the extra bounty materials. So we want to continue that massacre bonus. Throw a grenade here or there and keep on moving. See, now we're really fun stuff. And sometimes it varies. Like if you're still on like master difficulty, you didn't get like, you know, the same item I had, don't worry, it's 1000% normal. And if you got the Fan of Knives one, you could probably have bumped this up to higher torment difficulty. Oh, I think we already dropped our massacre bonus, unfortunately. But yeah, we're almost at 31. 31. If we get the item, yeah, we can maybe go to T6 because it's going to give us another multiplier. And probably have a few different things that we can throw on the Impale. Vision of Enmity, sweet. But before we go next, because it's going to end the kill streak anyways, I want to check out. And see if we have any. There we go. Upgrades for, okay, so cluster grenades, to 9-yard radius, so I'm guessing increase the radius. So I guess not until 40 do we get the really good one. And then do we get any other items? No, okay. And then also we can get the Bat Companion, which does restore resource, which is good for certain builds. I don't really need the Bat Companion. The Bat Companion can't be attacked, so I'm going to keep the Spider one. But if you're using like Chakram or anything that uses resource, which we may use very soon, if we get the Quiver at level 31, we can gamble with our Kadala Blood Shards. I still have them saved. Some people gamble with them earlier on. It depends on the build that you're playing. But like even if we get the Fan of Knives one earlier on, I still have to level to get the Fan of Knives. And the reason why I saved it instead and did it this way is because now we can get a Quiver, and Holy Point Shot could be really, really good. Because then I can do way more damage. Like, I can't do T6 with this, more than that. But I might be able to do T6 with the Holy Point Shot, because it has 2 different multipliers of like 300% bonus damage. And the other one giving us 2 extra impales and bouncing. It's going to be phenomenal. Mark the Elite for death. And once we get to 31, hope that we get to the Carly's Point one, but there are other good ones as well. The Hungering Arrow one is actually pretty good as well. It's a massive extra amount of damage for like one thing. It goes up to like 600% bonus damage. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Ooh, there we go. Okay, next area. So 31 again is what we're going to look to. And I believe you can still exit these areas. Oh my gosh, we got one of those like unlucky ones, which is going to be super difficult.
Do you want more?
Got archery. Throwing out triple grenades would be so nice. I'm actually not even sure if they overlap. I want to say they do. They're like bouncing all over the place. I like how they're all distracted now. It's nice to have the extra distraction from the spider. And on top of that, our follower. There we go. Unfortunately, didn't drop anything good. But after this one, we should probably hit the breakpoint for the level. And then once we hit 40, everything's going to be even faster as well.
I'm still waiting.
Maybe 2 hours. Thinking. Because I'm also doing this, but I'm enjoying doing this just a lot more than just doing Temple of the Firstborn. So, in terms of like what's the best way to do it, if it takes me like 10-20 more minutes and it's way more exciting to do it this way, then I'm gonna do it this way. Because the whole point of doing a new season is to engage with the new season mechanic. At least for me, that's my thought process. Nice, we got 31. That's our breakpoint. So, oh man, that thing was super fast. Ooh. Turn the NOS on that one. He just, I don't know why. He just went so fast. Is it like extra fast? Okay, let's see. Ooh, that was pretty nasty over there with all those frozen orbs that pop on us.
Need more time.
No more elites.
Not enough discipline.
Ooh, let's go over here.
I must wait one. I am too low on discipline. I'm still waiting. I need more discipline.
All right. So go to the next level, but first, let's go do that Kadal Bloodshort gamble, because if we get something really good, it's going to be a massive benefit for us. So let's go do that. We can also identify this, see if we get any upgrades here. 1% damage, 4% damage. We're going to lose out on the Thorns. It's debatable on which one actually is better. But let's go do the Kadala first. I don't think we need any of these, so I'm just going to go and salvage all of these. And some of them, if you can't salvage them, that is because they were maybe purchased by a vendor. And then that doesn't let you salvage. Otherwise, you could just sit there and buy, and you'd have basically infinite materials. But now what we're going to do, since we are level 31, we are going to be going for the Quiver. And what we're hoping to get with the Quiver is specifically the Holy Point Shot. Once we get that, though, we want to stop going for the Quivers. And it's not like it's a 100% chance. Ooh, what did we get? We got the Spines of Seething Hatred. That's where Chakram is able to generate. So now Chakram is free if I want to just use Chakram, which is kind of nice to have because this one doesn't do anything special. Alright, that's not the one that we wanted. Oh, we got another Fletcher's Pride. This one actually gives us a little bit more damage. Let's see what else we can get. Oh, we only have so many more. Let's see if we can get it. Alright, last one. Ah, okay. Sometimes it's going to happen. You're not always going to get guaranteed. But we still got a upgrade, right? At the end of the day. That's nice. So our next breakpoint, since we didn't get that, that's like our chance to maybe get something really good. But now what we can do, we can either just use Chakram for damage, which I mean, does a little bit more damage than this, but the Tinkerer will get much better. But just to mix it up, because I genuinely like playing lots of different things. Twin Chakrams is actually pretty dang good, and now that it's free in terms of its resource, I like that. Although this gives us 1% damage, it's not that big of a deal. So what we're going to do now is we can actually add Archery to get more damage, and then what else can we do? Let's see, Pinpoint Accuracy, increase the cooldown, but it does way more damage. Sure, why not? And we don't need any. Okay, we don't need to run that one. And I'm relatively satisfied with this. We don't need it for resource. Now let's see if we can kind of still do T1. Let's go reset this area. Oh, actually, I forgot to go through the whole thing. What we're supposed to do is go through the whole thing. I was thinking, oh, we're done with the thing, reset. You want to complete the whole thing, then reset it, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go back to Temple of the Firstborn. We're still in Torment 1. Ideally, I wanted to get the Holy Point Shot, and if we got the Holy Point Shot, it'd be really good. How's my day going? It's going good. I mean, did we get the Holy Point Shot? No, but it's fine. I'm liking this much better than the grenades. It's way faster in terms of clear speed. I think T1 is going to be our actual limit right now. And once we hit level 40, if we got the thing, we could probably have done it much faster, but that's the nature of it. We've got Bladed Armor, which is actually the one we want for this. It just gives us extra survivability. And now that this is free, it just makes the build much better. So we at least got something, though. We got a Pool of Reflection. Make sure you click on these. What these do is there's a little, like, section. It'll give you a bunch of XP bonus, but if you die, you lose it. Oh, it already registered the kill. Let's see what the shrine is. Certain shrines are much better than others. Like, if this one gives us infinite resource, well, it doesn't really matter. Oh, we got a diamond. We still are missing out on the ruby. So after this, what we can do, because that will actually increase our speed. It's like the survivability is going a little bit down, which is okay. Not that big a deal. It's kind of to be expected as you go up in tournament difficulties, but we're starting to what I would consider zoom a lot more. Oh, there's that cursed chest, and maybe we'll get another vision here. Oh, there's a ruby right there. Ah, that's going to be awesome. Okay, so that's going to be a big upgrade for us, because that's going to give us way more XP. And I might be able to actually throw that in the cube, and it'll actually be better, because it'll... If you put something inside of the Kanais Cube, it will always give you the highest roll on it. And since this thing can scale up to 100%, well, it's going to be doubled, right? And since the Visions of Enmity actually allow us to gain... Oh, we got there we go, Flawless Ruby. Since the Visions of Enmity give us the ability to get those, like, Death's Breath, it's actually, like, viable to do this. So we can go ahead and put this in, because normally you'd be running out of Death's Breath really fast if you did it this way. But because we get all these extra bounty materials, this is great. I can go ahead and throw this in. And now if I throw this in, and I also select this for the power, I get to have another 30% bonus XP, which, hey... That's good. We are definitely progressing real fast. Let's see if there's any upgrades here. No upgrades for us, but does he have a belt? And there's an extra open socket in here, so let's go throw in something. Just so we have extra survivability, and let's keep on going. Let's see if this item is going to be better. It's possible. Ooh, 11% damage. This one gives us extra, what, lightning damage? It's got area damage, which is actually kind of nice too, but... Generally, area damage is something you worry about more so when you're like pushing in the game. Oh, there's another vision. Let's go. Woo! And at 40 something, we're going to be zooming once again. Ooh, this one is kind of rough. I want to try to keep it at T1 though, ideally. It's one of the, as in necrosis or something. It's one of these abilities that one of these new monster has. I can actually swap off of Blood Vengeance now, because I just remembered Blood Vengeance is for our resource. We don't need that. Chakram is now free because we got lucky and we got a random thing. It wasn't a Holy Point shot, because if it was Holy Point shot, oh man, our build would be zooming even faster. What does this thing do? Healing received, reduced. Okay, we're gonna kill it though. I know we can go to the next floor, but I'm gonna kill him. And if we do have the boar pet, we can equip that later. It'll be a nice addition to our build. We want to stay far away because we are running steady aim, which gives us 20% multiplicative damage when there's no enemies next to us. That's not hitting him. The thing with the chakram is it comes in like a figure 8 pattern. Okay, so let's see if there's any other upgrades that we want to swap to. Mark for death. Let's see. It'll spread. It just marks an area. Oh, okay. It'll spread. That's kind of nice too, but I'd rather have just a whole AoE. So we don't need Blood Vengeance anymore. Anything that gives us damage is kind of what I want to go ahead and shoot for. Perfectionist is okay as well. Just gives extra survivability, and Hot Pursuit can be okay because you get movement speed. Well, I'm gonna go for this one. Right.
Not ready yet. I grow weak. I wish I could do that.
It's getting a little tougher here. I need my smoke screen to be up. There we go. Yeah. Reposition ourselves. Gotta watch out for the AoEs.
I wish I could do that.
Nice. Level up. And level up, you get all your resource back, which is actually helpful, and you get to get more HP. And even though I don't use like resource, like my hatred to actually damage, I'm able to get my discipline, which is the blue resource, on the Demon Hunter.
Not ready yet.
That thing's just gonna pop. If those things hit you, you're usually dead in this game. But they're relatively fair. The thing that is like sometimes unfair, you get into the situations where you're just gonna die, no matter how good you are as a player, is like if you get Waller plus Jailer, like those two combinations can be really nasty.
Need more time.
And he's almost gone. There we go, he's gone. Alright, next floor. And hopefully we're gonna get some big rewards. Oh yeah. This is a lot of damage. Okay. So we're gonna rip over here, and I'm gonna try to drag all the enemies. I'm thinking like, what would be the better strategy? If I just drag up a bunch of enemies over here and just hope that the spider pet aggroes more of them. Okay. That might be actually better than just trying to fight some of them at once. So like, see, now I can hit all of them with my twin blade chakram.
I wish I could do that.
Is it thunderstorm?
I must wait longer.
If that hits us, we're probably gonna be dead. There we go. That was way better just to push through, otherwise we would have killed a lot less.
I must wait longer.
So maybe throw in like healing vapors.
I'm
Ooh,
too low on discipline.
real close.
Not ready yet.
There we go, now we're in a really good position.
Need more time. Not enough discipline. I'm still waiting.
This is the last floor. Oh, where's the... Oh, there's another... Oh, there's still another pack. Oh, we didn't even drag that pack. Okay. Looks like we can go to the next floor anyways. And as you start, like, going higher, since the monsters scale with you, if you're not upgrading your weapons, like, we haven't even crafted any of our weapons, we can actually kind of look into doing that so we can get some extra DPS. Or we could use the thing to reroll to try to make it so instead of it being level, was it minus 22?
Need more time.
We can actually use it at an earlier stage. So we can use it at 40, which would be in 3 levels, if it rolled absolutely, absolutely perfect. Let's go next. Oh, this is that instant rip. Because you don't have to kill all of them to get to the next floor. And originally I was like, oh, I can kill them. Because I was hoping for better legendary drops. But we're actually getting this so frequently. I want to open up the chests as we level up. There's going to be a higher pool of items that can drop. And I'm hoping maybe we can get some better items off of the chest at the very end. But honestly, the Massacre bonus, I want to say, is going to be objectively better. if you just want to try to level up as fast as possible. Because getting legendaries in this game, well, in the very beginning, you could get like a huge multiplier. In the later stages, this is probably just used for bounty material, so you can reroll your items, which is still very helpful because bounties, they're not very fast. Let me see if I revive a checkpoint. Oh, it just revives you here anyways, so it's fine. Also, if you activate Smoke Screen as Demon Hunter, it removes any aggro that you have, so it'll actually target your other things. Hold on. Activate that. So yeah, some of the monsters... What's this one? Recently saved from death. Oh, that's the to cheat death effect from the Templar. But yeah, for hardcore, this would be a terrible idea to go on these because it's very RNG on what you're getting, and you can get like a bunch of bosses. And if they have like Waller, Jailer, or any of these, like these freeze ones can be pretty nasty too. The reason why I'm activating Smoke Screen sometimes is just not only to reposition, but if I remove the aggro, I can get that 20% bonus damage. Because then they're like gonna like go away for a second. This one's gonna be a little sloppy, but we'll get it done. We can already go to the next floor. Let's grab these death breaths and move on. There we go. Oh, we have a boss. Triple bosses. Oh gosh. Let's see how this plays out. We may have to lower the difficulty, to be honest. Which kind of sucks because I want the rewards from Torment 1. Because certain items can only drop in certain difficulties. Let's see how fast we're going to figure this out, though. So I don't want to be here for like 10 minutes. It's like 1 minute. It could be still worth it. Yeah, we can lower it over here. Let's see how it is. But the rewards do scale at the very end with the chest of how many bounty materials you do get, though. It's still taking too long. Okay, let's just do it on expert. Or you know what we could have done, which probably would have been smarter, is to go just see if we can craft an item and see if that item is going to give us a massive DPS bonus. Dang, even on this difficulty, it's still taking a while. He's like almost halfway though. Can't move out of it. We got the Waller. I'm guessing this is going to be one of the last floors. So it's all the way to portals, Act 1 bounties, and hope. You know, you can get the portals pretty easy. I wouldn't worry about it. Temple of the Firstborn is definitely the best way to level up, and it's still the best. I'm doing this kind of to test it out. I mean, last season we had like a much better like seasonal bonus, and it took me 1 hour. I think it was like 1 hour and like 4 minutes or something. I still haven't uploaded on YouTube already. So like, yeah, it was pretty fast. But on this season, I'm doing this. Before I pretty much, well, we didn't have this. This didn't exist. So doing it this way, I want to say it's more enjoyable. I think it's the best way to level because you can also get legendaries and it's like more fun for sure. It's like way, way, way more fun. And because it's the new season, I'm going to engage in the season mechanic. So it's a mix-up, but if you just want to level up the fastest, probably still better off just doing it. Just doing Temple of the Firstborn. Man, this Butcher was like a raid boss. Okay. So we're about to get him down, then we're going to be crafting some stuff right after. Let's see if this is going to be the last. No, we got next area. Let's see if we have any upgrades here. For some extra damage. Oh, this could be actually pretty useful. Oh, man, this is going to be super helpful. It's going to give us a bunch of survivability. And we just get some extra dex in here. Extra toughness. Nice. 11%. Let's see what else we get. Extra recovery. Alright. Oh, this is going to be massive extra damage. How much damage was that? Oh, it's 3%. But we're going to keep the Leorcs, even though it gives us less damage, but it gives us way more XP. But this is going to give us so much survivability. Now we have, what? 50% damage reduction? Oh, that's going to be awesome. So now with this 50% damage reduction, I'm just going to aggro everything on the screen. Let's get 0.5 extra damage. Okay. Upgrade's an upgrade. Go to a weapon. Ah, oh, thank God we got an upgrade. 29. 20. We just got 30% extra damage almost. Just with that one item. I was about to go craft, but we can go craft and see if it's going to be better, but I'm pretty satisfied with this, to be honest. I just know that we were kind of due for a weapon in a while, and we haven't gotten one. So yeah, but now we're in the, I think this is going to be the last one. This, usually like this tile set is the last one in these areas. Wait, on the triple boss. This boss can be... Perdition can be kind of nasty. He jumps on you and you're just dead. But with that extra damage reduction, it looks like it's pretty chill now. Like, well, look at this. We're okay. Maybe we can't sit in it, but we were a lot squishier before for sure. Two-thirds the way down. Triple bosses this early is pretty nasty though. Stuns. But yeah, if you want to do the bounties, I've heard about that strategy as well, but I genuinely think that unless you really want the bounty mats, or if you just prefer that way of leveling, yeah, I'd still prefer this method. Just do Temple of the Firstborn. Okay, let's see where it is. Oh, got another amulet. Pick up all the yellows. Oh, they're just maxed out? No, not yet. Well, let me pick them up. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, we still have one more, I think. Let's go drop all these other items that we don't need. Keep these for the salvage. I don't think we're gonna get a better quiver anytime soon. Okay. But we'll keep it for the salvage. Okay, so this one maybe is the last one. There's only so many floors that you'll get on these. It's not infinite. Ooh, okay, we got a cloak. Could be, what is it? Garwolf? Is it Garwolf? Nope, it's Beckon Sail. Which is basically like a cheat death, which we won't use. We're going to keep our current one. Cloak of the Garwolf is kind of cool. I remember when it came out. Because if you guys didn't know, you used to be able to sell your items in Diablo, and I actually made a lot of money doing that. Garwolf was like an easy $10 item. You could sell your items in the game for real money too, and it was like built in. It took like a 10% fee, but like you could just do it through PayPal. It was like really awesome for the players that like were able to do it. I mean, where's the bag? There we go. 10% more damage with this. Nice. You can also hold control. This is a nice little tip and trick. You can hold control to see if the item is better. And what you do want to put in the weapons, if you do get a weapon that has a socket, you want to put a ruby in there. Eventually, you're going to swap it. This I'm just going to equip for our Templar homie. Now he's got extra survivability. We still have, it's going deeper. Wow. Okay, well, kind of surprised by that, but this one is really long. Maybe it's going to be even better. Maybe there's something super good at the very end. If you do rifts, portals won't show up. Yes, that's true. But what I've been doing is just venturing out in the open world, and we are just doing specifically Temple of the Firstborn, which is a very normal thing. We could actually use this. The reason why is oh well, actually, we'd have to have a socket, and we'd have to salvage the other item. Okay, it is something that we can do. Put that for 7% more damage. Another bow, more damage, more move speed, but no bonus damage. There was something else that gave us 2% more damage. Upgrade here. Oh, there's a goblin. Get the goblin, and that might wrap things up for this area. Woo! Okay, let's go ahead and organize this just for a second here. We've got too much good stuff. Let's see if there's any upgrades. Well, that thing is just going off. And once we open up the chest, we'll see if we get something really good from this. We get another gem. This could be good. But Naspo, appreciate the follow. Alright, so let's go to open up this, and I'm going to get something to drink. Okay, so we have 30 seconds, and this thing has to go through. So during this 30 seconds, we get to like look at our items, and it looks like pretty much that's it. There's not any other upgrades. So while this is going on, I'm going to grab a water. We have 15 seconds for this thing, and basically we do nothing. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a water. Alright, so we're back, and we're back in town just in time. Let's go identify and see if we get any upgrades. Oh, we got, oh, Mage Fist is nice. We get extra fire damage. That's actually good because it works with our twin chakrams. And then this one, the other one gives us extra dex. So this is 2 sockets. Alright, this one's actually going to be better. Let's see if we have any other items that maybe were better that I didn't see. Okay, that one's a little bit better. That one's better. Now we're just going to salvage everything else. Okay. Let's go do that. Repair, salvage. And we don't need this. This one could be better. So Beck and Sail, it's like another cheat death. We don't need it because we're going to salvage that for the extra diamond. Alright, so we have 3 of these rubies. And when you have 3 of the same, you can go to the gem combiner and you can just combine it by... Oh, we have to level him up to 6. It's fine. We just go to max. It doesn't matter. Because gold, again, is like nothing in this game. Don't worry too much about it. So we're going to craft our ruby over here. And then we're going to unsocket it. And it's free. In Diablo 4, it costs money to do this, right? Oh, we actually had that other helmet that was a little bit better. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Just throw that in. And now we're going to get 40% XP instead of 30. There's also the leveling method of just doing rifts. I actually don't really mind doing just rifts because I like the mechanic of doing the rifts. We're at 39 and what was the level? Okay, so we have some options. So what I want to do now is we can craft another weapon and we can see what we would get. So I don't know how many build crystals we have, but if we go to our weapons, because you only really need to craft weapons, it's the only thing that's important. I mean, you can get really lucky, craft one, and have it be at that level. But what are we, level 40? Is it 34? Okay. So if we craft this one right here, we can see what we get just for fun. We'll craft one. You can see, unfortunately, it didn't roll like high. It's fine, because this one also rolled with dex, so it's actually a pretty decent one. So I'm not going to use my resources for that. But what I will do is I will swap back to my Witch Doctor. And just like before, we're going to re-roll the same exact thing. And we're going to hope that we get the thing where it is at level 40, because that's the best that you can get. There's nothing better than level 40 for like the reroll. So you can see right now this is 48. So right now we have to get to level 48, and then our character will just one-shot everything, and we'll go to level 70 like instantly. But what we're going to do is do the exact same thing. We're going to reroll, and hopefully we get the level requirement reduced by 30. That's the highest. And if you don't get the right one, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the gold cost. Does not matter. It's going to only cost 3 to reroll this. Okay, we have 13. Nope. And this is so worth it, because later on you'll get so much resources. It like doesn't matter. We have 27. That's an upgrade. That's a win. All right, we're trying to get that 30 though. I mean, this is honestly pretty good luck already. 23, 27 still like the better one. And this is going to cost more and more gold. At some point, you see that our gold, we don't have, it doesn't matter though. Gold is free. Just this is still 1000% worth it. Now that we have everything upgraded. So we got a nice benefit. So at level 43, our character can one-shot everything. And that's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't roll dexterity on it though. Which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. Then that's basically as best as we're going to get it. So at 43, our character is going to start zooming. And we can still go to, I think we go to Torment 1 now. I don't know why it keeps on telling us we don't have the pet. Oh, another thing I should probably mention. We could have gotten a little bit more gold with a pet, but honestly it doesn't really matter too much earlier on. But I think it was as a F, you can just go to options. What is it? What is it? F1? F1 for pet. I don't know why the Diablo shop is... Wait, can you not equip pets? Oh, I think the game's having an issue right now. It's a new season, whatever. Sometimes, I play a lot of Path of Exile. Sometimes earlier on when the first season first starts, for any video game, okay? Not just Diablo, but there's sometimes like maintenance or bugs, glitches, whatever. At least the season works and it's not like super laggy. That's like kind of the bigger pet peeve, at least for myself. But let's go continue on Temple of the Firstborn. And if we're not one-shotting things, we can lower it. But yeah, once we're level 43, we're just going to start zooming. We're already like, gosh, this is a lot longer without this season like upgrade here. So let's see how fast we're killing stuff. If we need to lower it, we can. But I want to say we should be able to do it. We unfortunately don't have any crazy multipliers. If we did get that holy point shot, well, we could have already went to T6 more than likely and just start one-shotting things. Ah, we got another cursed chest. There it is. That's a good one. Let's see, or I think it's what, like 3 hits? I'd say that's about like okay. I mean, these small little like, I don't know what, scarabs, little beetles. What are they actually called? The tomb roaches. Those you'll be able to one-shot relatively easy with most builds, but the other ones, as long as we're like kind of like 2 to 3 shot, I think it's okay. But you don't want to sit there forever killing one thing at least. So we just hit 40. Nice. 3 more levels to go. Oh, the vision portal opened up. I'm going to skip out on it now. Again, we're trying to do the fastest leveling method, and we did a little bit of experimental stuff. We did get the Heart of Iron, which, I mean, to guarantee getting a Heart of Iron, that's RNG. So for a little bit, it was like okay for a couple levels. I mean, Heart of Iron is still actually a pretty decent item. Let's go ahead and just go through this, and you see we just gained another level. We're already at 41. That is fantastic. The reason why is the visions of Enmity monsters, them just knocking out like your like heal and resource, it's rough. And on top of that, like you can see, I had to lower the difficulty, right? We were doing Torment 1. There's like triple bosses. So if the triple bosses drop like, I don't know, triple primals or something, then I'd say it's worth it. It's also worth it to reroll bounty materials. So if you're interested in getting your bounty materials, that's a really great way to do it. Especially if you're doing solo self-bound. Oh man, doing bounty solo is a nightmare compared to doing split bounties, right? These guys are going to be great because I can just drag them on and I can use them to continue my kill chain, my massacre bonus. But yeah, all of the roaches will die relatively quick, so don't worry too much about them. Oh, I don't want to drop this streak over here. Is there no one else? Okay, there we go. We still drag him. It's nice to have an elite that's just like really strong. Because then it's much easier. Oh, we just leveled up to 42. Again, once we're 43, guys, that's our break point. If you get really lucky, you can do it at level 40, or if you get really unlucky, well, whatever level your bow happened to roll, that's what you gotta use. This might be level 2 over here. Let's see. Oh, no, dang, there's like a big empty area here. But those little scarabs are so great for the massacre bonus because they die very fast and there's always just a huge amount of them. And they don't like slow you down. Because we are zooming. And from 40 to 43, it was really fast. These massacre bonuses are just so much better than the division. Ooh, a resplendent chest. Oh. Stopped over there. Ooh, we have 17% damage. Well, that doesn't really matter because once we hit... Oh. I don't know if that thing had a socket or not, but either way, if your thing has a socket, throw in a ruby. It is worth it. Usually, like, can I not? Yeah, you can't even open up your pets. I wonder why. So, normally what I would suggest is you to open up the menu and equip a pet, because the pet will pick up your gold. And it actually helps out. Alright, we're 43. We're done. We're done with this area. We're gonna go upgrade it to like T16 and we'll one-shot everything. Alright, so watch the huge, massive difference that this deals in damage. This gives us 1,000% damage. Oh, hell yeah, it has a socket. We are golden now. And I'm gonna go ahead and take out the thing, and I'm gonna put this in our amazing item that has a socket too. Look at this, 22. No, it's 22.6. Woo! Okay, so now we're gonna leave the game. We're gonna remake it at the highest difficulty that we can, which is gonna be T6. I don't know why it keeps telling me the shop is broken. Maybe they're adding a shop. This is some secret information. Adding a shop to the game. All right, so let's go and do Temple of the Firstborn once again. And now we will, again, melt pretty much everything. Well, we should, in theory. Let's see. Yep. Pretty much everything is just dying. And we gain way more XP by doing this. But we do want to still pick up the rubies. We can upgrade the helm, might as well. Now, like, unlike in Diablo 4, just because we go up in the Torment difficulty, there's not necessarily going to be better drops until, like, level 60. Oh gosh, the kill chain, no, it dropped. But now we have one. Investigate the altar, okay. We'll see how much XP this gives us. What you're looking for is really just the curse chest, though. And you may notice as you go up, specifically once you get to level 60, the monsters in the... or it might be 61, because it has to be required to go over... I'll double check on it for you guys. But the reason why at level 61 or 60 is because that's where the max level of items like drop. And I think at 61 is where it considers it to be Reaper of Souls, because at level 60 it used to be the cap for this game, but then they increased it. I'm also wondering if they're going to increase the level cap on Diablo 4. Go to the main menu and put up pet. Oh, thank you for letting me know. That's the only way to put on the pet with a bug right now. It's fine. I mean, I don't really need gold this early on. Oh, dang, we lost our massacre bonus. But see, we're already level 46. Yes, we got the curse chest. This is what you're kind of doing this for, because it's massive. Look, I mean, look at the XP that we're getting. It's just so fast. Boom, we just hit 46. 47. And then we also could maybe look at putting on the boar or any of the other pets. Extra movement speed is always great. But we're not necessarily one-shotting everything, so the boar will be better for survivability. And the ferret pet is the one that gives you extra movement speed. And there's an interesting fact. So the pets in this game can actually die, even the unkillable ones like the bat. They actually have a death animation, but the ferret is the only pet that actually cannot die. It just goes inside, it burrows in a hole when it goes away. Got 52 on that one? Okay, cool. Alright.
Need more time.
What's the best Diablo in my opinion? I probably like Diablo 2 the most because I grew up with it. Even though I played Diablo 1 first, Diablo 2, it's still just like a really, really good game. I don't know if it's because of nostalgia. Sometimes, like, it's the same way I feel about animes. Like, it was like one of my first animes, so I like it more. But, I don't know, like, genuinely Diablo 2, it has like really, really good stuff still, like, even in this day and age. I like Diablo 3's Kanais Cube. Like, I think if I was to go over like the coolest, technically there wasn't like a season of a Kanais Cube, but I think in terms of like game design, Diablo 3's Kanais Cube is like absolutely amazing levels of like coolness. But I also really like Path of Exile, but that's not really answering your question. In terms of the best Diablo game, I'd probably say, I'd probably still go with Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. Not counting Diablo 2 Resurrected, okay? It has to be just the OG one. And the reason why I like the OG one more is because it has mod support, and I play a lot of Diablo mods. But you see, we're already level 50, and we're starting to zoom. Unfortunately, we didn't get the, like before the Holy Point shot. If we got that, man, it would have been even more insane. Ooh, might actually rip here. Okay, there's the Vision of Enmity, but I'm here to level up. And we can, oh, we're not 60, let me just revive the corpse then. She's got some pretty good items, too.
My training has paid off.
At this point, we're good. So just in that, like, I don't know, one run right here, we went from what, 43 to 51? And so I'm going to modify the build just a little bit here, and then we are going to continue. So instead of the Spider Companion, I want the Boar. As far as these goes, there's not really anything else that we can upgrade. Bladed Armor is still going to be one of the best. As far as this goes, it doesn't really matter too much. There's not going to be a huge bonus in damage. The other thing that you can get is you can get Polar Sentry at 52 to have extra survivability if you want to. I mean, since I have that extra huge damage multiplier, I mean, I could try it out for funsies. Let's try it out just so we can mix up the content here. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw in cluster arrows, and I want the ones that shoot all the extra grenades. So it's cluster arrows, and then I think cluster bombs is like the one that you want. Let's see. 2 rockets. No, we want the grenades. Instead of losing your note, we want the grenades. This one, though, I think it's the way it works. I don't really like how it works, but it does give me all those extra bounces versus how many grenades does this one shoot? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? Whereas the other one, I just like the performance of this one a lot more. Where it's just, I think it's just the default one. Enemies hit by the grenade. Actually, is it default fire? It's default fire, actually, of the no rune. I just like the performance of this one, because the other one goes in a line where this one is like that. And the reason why is because we have the Hellcat Waistguard, which gives us up to 800 extra damage, which is quite nice. So you can mess around with this, but we're going to have to reset the lobby anyways. And then I want to swap to the Boar Companion. Oh. So you say from this menu you can do it? Oh. Where do you change that? Pets? I've never done it from this one. Profile, collection? Oh. No, it still looks like it's having issues. It's fine. It's not a super big deal to get the pets earlier on. D3 is really close to the top, in your opinion. Yeah, D3, oh, well, specifically Reaper of Souls. Like, if we're kind of vanilla Diablo 3, I prefer Reaper of Souls. So it's like a long shot better because it adds so much more content to the end game. But, yeah. Alright, let's go. This is doing pretty good damage. We can use both of these. Actually, this is doing really good damage. These, the cluster. And we technically got this from doing the new mechanics, so... Oh, we actually need to run the other pet. Ooh. Upgrade maybe? No. Now we have something to actually spend a resource. It's just a bunch of vitality. So what I want to do is I have to wait for the cooldown because you can't swap skills while they're on cooldown. But yeah, there's really nothing else to get that I'd say is really good. Throw the Hunt can be good because it slows them down. And that can be kind of nice. But what I want to do is swap to the Boar Companion. Boar Companion plus Perfectionist is really, really good. So we're going to do Boar Companion. Nice. Let's go ahead and get this. You can see some people are finally hitting the 70s now. And it just comes down to RNG. If I got the Holy Point shot, we would be up there too, but that's okay. I felt like our luck wasn't really that bad. Sometimes you get really unlucky and it could be a lot worse. Like you can't even get, you get like a level requirement reduced by 2, and that's what we had at the very beginning. It happens, man. Sometimes you get a bad season start. And obviously playing with groups, group play is way better as well. Ooh. Or ripping. If you start dying too often, oh, you know why we're going to take way more damage? Because we're losing that 50% damage reduction. Because the way that this item works, I forgot. Well, now we have infinite resource, so it doesn't really matter. We just got that shrine. But we have this armor. Oh, we're still melting. We probably need to lower it by 2. Let's lower it by 2. And yes, it does hurt our XP, but if we're not going to be able to survive, then, well, that's bad already. But now with the grenade thing, we can do the triple grenade instead of the shotguns, potentially. That could be good. And we just still don't have any blood shards. Otherwise, we could go for one of the ones where, like, your basic attacks get, like, way more damage. Oh, there's our cursed chest. Alright, so we're going to throw on the grenade. Let me try that real quick. Clear all the enemies. Okay. So I believe we have the triple grenades already. Okay, so we're going to swap off this, and then we're going to run the grenade, and we're going to run the triple grenades. And we'll see how this performs. So maybe it's better than shotgun. Paragon goes a lot further though. I mean, you can just use both. Alright, this one's way better though for damage. Let's see. 80, 135k, 100k, 600k. Oh, I mean that's on the final bounce, but that is significantly more damage. 54. Pretty close. Ideally, we'd have something else we can hit over here, so we can start this. I think it already gave me the bonus. Any upgrades? Nope. Keep on going. Alright, so we got, oh, we got another one of those. Both are pretty nice. Let's see what else do we have that we can maybe upgrade. Oh, we can throw in an upgrade on the ruby. Let's see. Yeah, we can throw these to craft one of those. We can upgrade in the XP department. And then on our ring, I think we just throw in the extra dex. And get some more main stat. I'm gonna leave this area. I'm just going to go in here. The reason why I go here to go back to town and then leave the game is because if we do it that way, we don't risk getting hit by an enemy, and the enemy will then stop us from channeling. Unless we happen to have the item that we do happen to have, which is the shoulder pieces, the legendaries. You want to play a different game besides Diablo 4, but don't know which game you should start. Definitely Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is very beginner friendly. Diablo 4 and Diablo 1, I genuinely don't recommend for the start. And the reason why is because they're not very forgiving in the learning curve. Alright, so now, oh, so we're going to do this. Okay, not yet. We will eventually do rifts, but just Temple of the Firstborn, just keep on slamming these out. But, we still have that upgrade for the gems. So we're going to go to the Covetous Shen, and then we're going to go to the upgrades over here. We're going to upgrade. So again, the gold doesn't really matter too much, actually. We only need one of these. So it's 3 to upgrade to the next tier. So 3 of these equals 1 of these. These gems used to sell for like $10. I think the Star Rubies used to be like $10. And then later, well, actually we get to remove this. They removed the auction house, but now a little bit more experience. And let's go to the Temple of the Firstborn. Still taking a lot of damage. Now the Enmity has opened. 56. Okay. 14 more levels. I guess the season's going to be a relatively longer leveling experience for sure. Because even last season, without getting insane gear, it was about an hour. But if you get super lucky with all these strings of things, there are times where you can get really lucky. And you get all of the things that you want. You can maybe just throw out that polar station instead of the chakram now if we want to. Still that other thing gave us more damage? No. I think we had a quiver that had 1% more damage, but I just salvaged it. So I was like, it's not that big of a deal. So I was pretty sure we're gonna run chakram for a while. Because it is a really good skill. Oh, 123k. 400k right there, non-crit. It's because of the last bounce of this thing that actually does really good damage.
Need more time.
Okay, it makes me just kind of sad not clicking on it, but it's definitely not worth it. Hopefully we can get, maybe we'll get the, we get really lucky, get the holy point shot or something. Okay, this is plus 10% damage. That's a pretty decent amount. And so we can swap this off. Shuriken Cloud is actually kind of nice to have as well. We can go back for, I guess, Mark for Death. Swap the location of these. And Ballista, but it's nowhere near going to be as good as what we got right now. But yeah, I mean, maybe the next vision we'll go through it. And the reason why I kind of want to go through it again, because if we get a good legendary, though, the holy point shot, we'll do it so fast. Does that thing have a lot crit or something? Yeah, it's a 6 crit. So notice that we're critting a lot more. In the very beginning, you just don't get that much crit in the game. That's why the Ruby is superior to the Emerald in the earlier stages of Diablo 3. But going back to your question, Sergey, the reason why Diablo 3 would be a great start too is also it's pretty cheap. Usually they have it on sale for you can get the expansion and the game for $20. Now as far as the Necromancer expansion pack, I'd play the game first unless you really like the Necromancer class. Woo. Let's go. Level 57. 13 left. Actually, we're almost 12 after that. That was a good chunk. Ooh. Dang. Every single one of these legendaries at this point on could be pretty big. It's specifically at level like 61 where you can start getting like some really good ones. I don't know if there is actually a higher chance to get certain items. It's just that there is a different pool of items that can drop for sure. But it also depends on your class. We start our massacre bonus from these. There we go. Start the massacre bonus, and oh, where's the enemies? They're all hiding. There's 700 right there. Where's our massacre bonus? But pretty soon.
Not ready yet.
Okay, there's a bunch of these things coming out. The easiest thing is get your massacre bonus nice.
Bleed, you filth! Need more time.
Dang, look at this like stretch. Nothing. Maybe we're killing him too fast. What you want to do is try to hit and then move. Kill them all at this event, we'll get like 100-ish. So we can drag them to the next like area over here if possible. Good, but there's no elites unfortunately. Might just be better just to grab these. Just 59, nice. Yeah, let's reset, go next. So you can do this too, you can leave game. This takes 10 seconds. The other way is to go back to town and then you can leave game instantly. So the difference is actually only like 1 or 2 seconds. It depends on also your computer speed. Because it takes you a really long time to like load in the next area to go back. Then it's better just to leave the game. Alright. Now, since we don't have any insane multipliers on really anything except for maybe grenade, shock ram sure is actually kind of a nice thing to have. I might actually swap that out once we can use it. Ooh. The other thing you can get is on the passives, there is one where you take less damage from crowd controlled enemies, and then you run Polar Station, and then you just take 20% less damage. Which I might actually do, because I don't think damage is a problem. Our damage is like pretty solid right now. So there we go, we're level 60, 10 more to go. So we have another passive at max level, but what I wanted to do is maybe swap out steady aim because the monsters aren't dying like instantly, so we don't get the bonus unless they're like farther away. 20% extra damage. And with Polar Station, what we can do. So here's what we're going to be able to do. So we're going to swap out our Mark for Death, and then we can run a Sentry with the Polar Station. And then on top of that, instead of running steady aim, we are going to be running the I guess we can just increase the damage against slow targets as well. If I want more damage, I can get that. Or if I want to get more survivability, there's one called Numbing Traps. Enemies you slow or chill with certain things have their damage reduced by 25%. So if you want more damage, I'm going to go for more damage. It's kind of up to you what you want to go for. I mean, they both kind of do the same amount, but at least with this sentry, let's see how much damage it does. 100k. It's relatively like nothing though. Let's see if it actually continues our massacre bonus. So that actually could be something nice that it could do. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Oh, so now these are level 60. So, like I mentioned before, at level 60 and 61, there's another breakpoint over here. I'll kill this one guy. And the reason why is this is where the game considers it like Reaper of Souls. It's either 60 or 61, and we can go to the vendors, and actually we can get some extra upgrades. At least to level 59. So I think you have to be level 61 in order for it to actually go through. So once we're at 61, we will go ahead and do that. Which we're like halfway there anyways. Only 9, oh no, 10 more levels to go. We're gonna be maxed out. Well, we are currently level 60. Oh, we got a curse chest. Okay, this is exactly what we want. I'll throw both these little turrets down. Ooh, that's definitely no good to die right there. But it's fine. We have the our boar is even dying. We might actually have to lower it again. And this is the reason why is because now we're in again Reaper of Souls territory, and the game scales quite hard from level 59 to 60. The XP is still not bad. You can see it's still like going up. As long as we're hopefully on at least Torment 1, XP is just much better. We're actually killing stuff fast. Now the massacre bonuses are so much easier to maintain. We get Vengeance. Vengeance is excellent. So we're at 61 right now, but I'm going to continue this streak bonus if we can. Okay, I'm going to just continue it. Come on. Ah, no more. Okay. But it's fine because I need to go back to town. But if I could continue it, that's no biggie. And hopefully we can get some better gems. Nice, we did get the better gem. And that's because at level 60 or 61 is where these drop. And this is just going to give us a lot more. So now we're going to get 33% XP on our helmet instead of whatever we were getting before. And hopefully we can get some extra legendaries, because any legendaries that drop now will be so much better than the previous ones. But even though this one gives us way more toughness, 50% damage reduction is still going to be usually much better. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back in. And if we see any of the visions, I might enter them now, because now that we're... Oh, that's right. Level 61, we're supposed to go back into town. The sentry's doing okay damage. It kills it eventually. It's still very, very slow. But now let's go check out the merchants, and we might have to actually reset the game. Let's do that, because we can get a decent amount of upgrades potentially, since we're still running yellow pieces of gear. We could still get some excellent pieces of gear. It's crazy how fast you level up. Yeah, compared to like D4, it is so much faster. But yeah, we can go check the any of the vendors. Is it still a 59? Okay, so 61 is where you want to make sure it says at least level like 60. Or I believe 61 is where the numbers just go up way higher. I like this belt. Now, unfortunately, with this belt, actually, I can't use it because, well, I'm getting all my damage from my grenades. So, if I was still running Chakram, then sure, we could use it, and you'll have to factor that in for any of the builds.
I'm still waiting.
Go to the fence, and so hopefully we'll have some extra damage. We have a ring that gives us 7% damage. It's because it adds so much more dexterity. That gives us a lot of toughness. Oh, it's a belt. I can't. Our belt actually cannot be swapped. Unless I put it inside of the cube, but most of these are going to be not for us anyways.
Not ready yet.
Go to the quartermaster. We've got a quiver. He doesn't have very many items. But you can also go to Act 2. I mean, you go to all the acts and look for them, but go to Act 2. And then we're going to start our season journey, and our season journey is going to be really, really fast for our class. And even though this takes us like a minute, it is sometimes really, really worth it. Dang, this is like, it seems so nice. It's got 3 sockets too, but no, that 50% damage reduction is going to be much better. And that's going to be nice. Get some extra toughness, 3% toughness. Oh, 26 toughness on this. Wow, that's going to be huge. 26% more survivability is massive. Okay. This is the last guy over here. Okay. And we don't need to craft a weapon because this weapon is a level 70. Ideally, this thing would have had dexterity roll on it. But unfortunately, it just didn't roll on it. I can maybe say this for leveling up another character if I want to. Alright, let's continue. So, Temple of the Firstborn. Back to the leveling. Oh, these are going to be nice. Melt all of those. Start our massacre bonus. But sometimes if the difficulty's on too low, like you one-shot everything, it can actually be a bad thing. Because what happens is, when you kill everything too fast, you can't like drag the monsters and continue that massacre bonus that you actually want to hit. And that's why I really like running preparation. Oh, come on. Oh, it dropped right there. Dang, that's unlucky. Oh, damage is just maybe too high right now. Maybe I just need to throw one and then move. Or I could maybe upgrade it to the Torment 3. But well, honestly right now we're taking too much damage. Sometimes what happens is you have the damage, but you don't have the survivability. Even though I could, you know, throw in that thing where, since we chill the enemies with that thing, I was hoping that that would actually help our massacre bonuses. Let's see, is it? No, let's see, is it? No, I don't think that the turrets actually count us hitting. It's kind of unfortunate. So the turrets don't work with massacre bonus. I was hoping that would be the case. I'm wondering if some of the witch doctor stuff, like maybe, or the necromancer stuff. Oh, this was unfortunate, like happening the way we're at the very end over here. We're still getting 20% more damage with that turrets anyways, so that's good. Okay, there we go. And, you know, just for the sake of it, I'm going to show you guys Temple the Firstborn level 2. I just think Temple, for whatever reason, like 1 is just so much better. Like, it's better by a long shot.
Not enough discipline.
A long stretch. And we have like a boss that we can fight. I don't know if it was it one of the bounties? I believe one of these can be a quest too. We can fight it, but we need to see how much XP we'll get to see if it's worth it. It's got some epic music though. Let's see, we're on. Right. Each one of these is 10%, so we're about, I'd say about 5 or 6% on this. Yeah, there's a lot of small things that can spawn in though, like these what they call blood vermins. There's a massacre bonus, but for the most part, no one really does this. I think it just takes way too long. That massive massacre bonus at the very end, right? There's a decent amount. We'll see what we get. I haven't measured it in a while. I just know that it's usually not that efficient at all. So, like, no one does it. He also like goes away a lot, I noticed. More monsters spawn in. Got like 100. He also hits relatively hard. Like, I think it's too difficult to fight for most people. Like, we almost ripped too. Especially when we use too much resource for their Kule to like actually keep itself up. And if you want to do this, I guess it's an option, but almost at almost 200 for this. I'm wondering if there's a strategy where you just don't kill like any of the, just don't try not to kill the boss and just keep on having him spawn in any of those little like blood vermins. Let's see what we get. Oh, rip. Oh, that's so unlucky. He was like 1 HP. He was 1 HP. And we got, okay, look at what we got for the bonus though. And honestly, the boss isn't going to give you a lot. And he resets, by the way, so. Unlucky. He was 1 HP, but it's not like he's going to give us like a huge amount where we like instantly level up. But I'm just going to go ahead and reset over here. Because it's going to be probably faster. But you can see why people don't do it. I'm more disappointed that like he died at 1 HP. Again, it wouldn't have been something insane at the very end anyways. But we did still get the massacre bonus, which gave us, I don't know why those, it's probably the blood vermin give you like very little XP. Otherwise, maybe that was a way that people would try to farm. So I'm just like, nope, not today. So 8 more levels and then we are finished. Well, we're at least at level 70. And then our next goal is to do the, I like basically just doing rifts, but we're going to need to do HGR 20 so we can get our season journey. Maybe make a quick like video guide or something, but to do what after you hit level, what to do after you hit level 70. What do we got over here? Frenzy Strike. Okay, cool. Extra attack speed is always nice. They're doing so much more damage now. But we need some extra survivability. Ideally, we'd have, I guess this. We have 1. What's our dex right now? 1700. This will give us some life if I throw this in. Lose 0.6 damage. Let's see, 0.6 toughness. Also gives us armor. We're gonna get vitality for extra life. Just a lower rolled one. We get 6% extra toughness. And a lot of the gear that drops right now will be a massive upgrade. Because it's going to be level 61. Vision. Okay. Let's go do a vision. Okay. Yeah, this is just so much faster for leveling. It's a huge difference. I think it's gonna be like a 3-hour leveling process. I think these things are just too difficult, maybe. Maybe a bad idea. Let's go back to Level Firstborn and just do the massacre bonuses. This is way easier and it's faster. I was just thinking maybe we can go push to get another legendary and then make it worth it.
I'm still waiting.
Actually, think about it now. Let me try something. Let's do some experiment. I want to know if I swap it to, let's say, like, let's just try expert. If we can one-shot everything here, right? Do we still get like pretty good drops? We're not even like one-shotting this. Oh my jeez. Because the monsters in here, they apply so many like debuffs to the point where like it's not even worth playing. Okay, let's try on. Let's go to normal, the easiest difficulty. I want to see on these portals at the very end if it's even worth it. I'll do it relatively quick. So this way we can find out maybe if it's on a really lower difficulty, we're still just getting wrecked. Just like frozen. What's that? Necrosis. You lose like all of your like life. You look at I grabbed all those potions. Nope. No heals. Absolutely not. But if we get a bunch of items, that's right. We can't get a chest piece because I lose so much damage reduction. Oh, here we go. Here's what we needed. 25% extra survivability on that. Just that one item. And we are getting Death's Breath. Hopefully that one item is going to make the difference. go. Oh, if this is... I was hoping it was... there are these pair of bracers that give you an insane, and I mean an insane amount of... another 20% toughness? Wow. That's great. Okay, so in this area, honestly, you're getting a pretty decent amount of items. So once you hit level 60, this is like worth it for that reason. Like an insane amount of toughness. It's because we were running a bunch of items that didn't have like the level. We could also have bought them in town, but it's kind of random if they're gonna have something good. What's that helm? A weapon is gonna be next to impossible because ours is level 70. And there's another jump once you get to level 70 compared to like 69. That's 15% toughness, but we lose a lot of stats, so not worth it. There we go. There's some new bracers in here. Extra toughness. Okay. Wish we still had the like automatically picking up of Death's Breath. That's one thing I'm gonna really miss from last season. Now you can assign 200% to crit damage. Yeah, you can get way more, but that means you lose out on all your attack speed, cooldown reduction. What's that? Attack speed, cooldown reduction. Attack speed. Okay, attack speed, cooldown reduction. Crit chance and crit damage. Yeah. So there is a give and a take with it. This is 18% damage. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. We want to always go through the blue portals. Yeah, this is on normal, so we're just going to be shredding content. But you do get a bunch more items for sure. So 46 toughness, wow. But I need the thing to have a socket. Maybe we'll roll for the socket.
I'm still waiting.
So you know what I'm thinking might be like an actual valid strategy to maybe reduce the difficulty when you go through the portal, if you find one. Because you don't get a portal every single time, right? Like I've done some runs and we just get no portal. So if you get the portal, you lower the difficulty and then you run the portal. And the goblin should indicate that it's the last one, I want to say. Unless you get a portal of all goblins. Because the XP is terrible here. I think they should have like gave 10x XP in here. That would be kind of cool. But you can see the chest is here. Just want to get up crystal there. Oh, see, this area definitely has. Ooh, cinder coat. That's awesome. But it's probably not going to be useful for us right now. Oh, we got another ring. Okay, get rid of these other like lower rank gems. We don't need them. One of these, I thought we saw a upgrade on ring. Oh, it's an upgrade on the belt, but I used the belt for damage. Okay, here's our ring upgrade. Nice. There we go. Easy. So you get way better items off of this. Let's see if we get any legendaries. But you get way more items. Oh, well, I mean, technically it's, what is it, 20% fire damage? I mean, that gives us 34% toughness. I think I'll sacrifice that. Alright. Go back. And then we have 6 more levels. Let's see. The helmet is really good. If we can get that thing to have a socket, I think it could be worth it for the amount of toughness that it's giving. It's actually pretty good. So I'm going to try to get another socket out of it. Oh, it's because it has all res and vitality. I'll roll it like one time just for funsies. If it has socket, cool. If not, I'm not going to keep on re-rolling it. It's not really worth it. Even though this gives us, what, extra damage, the toughness on it is just going to be so bad. Because even though it says it gives us more toughness, in reality what happens is that you will lose out on that damage reduction. Because this gives us 50% damage reduction, which is pretty massive. Got strong arms. We barely lose that much other stats. I don't think there's anything we have that knocks back, except for like, I think the charge and knock him. I think he charges and knocks them back. Let's go ahead and start up a new game, and we're just going to be focusing in. Oh, we're on normal difficulty. We should put it to at least Torment 1. And let me go ahead and show you guys actually the numbers here. so we have some numerical stats. Did I ever play D2? Oh yes, D2 is like, I played it every day after school when I was in high school. That was the game, but we can start off on D2 and then we can start reducing it if we need to. But actually no, does it tell you? Okay, so if we lower the difficulty, so right now we're on Torment 2. If I lower it to Torment 1, you can see the different. So it's it was what, 300? Now it's at 200. If I lower it again, it's at 100. So going from Master to Torment, actually, I think it shows in here as well, right? So, oh, it does. Yeah. So this is 300 to go to Torment, and then it's 550 to Torment. So it's a pretty massive amount of a difference. But we'll just do Torment 1. I think that that's kind of where the good spot is right now. But also don't forget to check the merchants. We can go ahead and do that real quick, and then we're going to go right back in. Again, the chest piece is something that we're not going to be able to change, nor can we change the belt, because the belt has our legendary power in there. I guess we could have actually cubed this, and then we can actually run a different ring, but that's if we can even find a better ring. Yeah, at this point, I don't think they're going to really have anything better on a consistent basis. It's possible, but the chances are so slim, it's not even worth checking them again and again. It'd be like a waste of time. Because once we hit level 70, I mean, we're going to be breezing through content. Let's see, T1, are we doing pretty good?
You won't survive that.
Alright, this doesn't go all the way through.
Not ready yet.
Oh wait, what the heck? These have so much HP. Maybe we're gonna have to lower it to another lower one. Where's our massacre bonus? There we go. There's my massacre bonus. The Scarab's make a huge thing. There's the vision. I'm not gonna go through it. Not worth it. This might be okay that they're not dying in one hit because, well, I want them to actually survive. There's a 90 right here. Nice. This might be a good spot. Throw that one over there. Oh, come on. Oh, dropped. That's why sometimes movement speed can actually be very, very valuable for leveling.
That was just a taste.
We need those scarabs to come out again. Or roaches. There's some over there. Because they spawn in just like a giant pack, and that's what makes it so excellent. Yeah, this is actually like pretty good. Maybe go to Torment 2, but... Oh, there's the cursed chest, that's what we want. Oh, it dropped right before the cursed chest too. Ah, unlucky. This is what we want. Just got the chicken build for the Witch Doctor. Nice, congratulations. You liking it? On season already? Is Witch Doctor? I actually don't really level with Witch Doctor. I don't know like what the speed is. I usually do Demon Hunter because I just like the progression. Well, I just got really unlucky. Getting the Holy Point shot is really not that like hard. Or getting the 9th series satchel. We kind of got unlucky on this one because either one of those significantly, and I mean significantly, increases your speed because the Hungering Arrow Pierce, oh, it adds so much more damage. It's unreal, but again, it's just like any action RPG, you just gotta get lucky sometimes. Just get lucky. But even like last season, I didn't get incredibly lucky, and we still made it to the top 5 leaderboards. I got rank 2. I was kind of disappointed we didn't get rank 1, but hey, maybe this season we'll try to push for it. And it's a lot more fair this season in a sense where Paragons don't matter. I'm not doing SSF because I want to power level friends. These guys are super tanky. I want to just drag these ones. I don't really care about killing them. It's just going to take way too long. But every level, once you're in like level 60s, it becomes harder and harder to actually kill as you progress. Ignite this guy. There we go. Yeah, if you're really good with this, like the dragging the enemies, you could do this much faster. I don't think mine was even close to 100% efficient. And we spent a little bit of time in the other thing. It's still like the best way to level though. Is to just slam out these. No, we dropped again. Yeah. This one could be another like 100 in here. Only 5 more levels though. We got 50 in this one. Okay. Alright. I think everything's gone. 65. So let's try to bump it up to. We could always reduce it, but you can't increase it. Yeah, let's try T3, because again, this is like the difference is what is it 300 to 550 on this one, so it's almost like double the amount of like XP on this. I don't know why I'm so used to just going and slamming out rifts for progression, so we started walking towards it. But we have the bounty for the boss that we unfortunately ripped when it was a 1%. But it's okay. I was also trying to test out the massacre bonus. It just wasn't there. I gained like 2%. And at least with Diablo 3, you don't lose out on XP when you die. In Diablo 2, that's one thing I feel is it's very punishing if you die. Sorry, massacre bonus. Level 3. Thanks so much for the follow though. Oh, we got the curse right there with all of the scarabs. That's really nice. Are we only really able to kill scarabs? Yeah, the priests are super tanky until they get hit by the last explosion. Wesley Snipes. Appreciate the follow too. I don't really need what's in the chest. I mean, if we get some gems, it could be okay, but I think keeping this massacre bonus is actually more important. Oh, I think we dropped it. Alright, 4 more levels to go. We killed 34 enemies. If you kill 100, you get like the full bonus, but maybe we should lower it because we got, I think on 2-1 we got double the amount of enemies killed. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna lower it by 2. Come on, let's get through. There we go. We can also use smoke screen to ignore unit collision, which means we can like walk through them. There's also an item called the illusory boots that you're able to use that you can also have the same mechanic. And in season 28, we just got that for free, which is actually a really nice thing to have. To a resplendent chest, maybe we can get the holy point shot, or the 9 series satchel.
You won't survive that. I need more time. I'm still waiting.
Oh, did we just skip it on the shrine? Oh, yeah.
Too low on discipline.
Nice. We got the start of the kill chain. Massacre bonus. And hopefully we get around 100 on this. Kill the rest.
Not ready yet.
Get 80. We can get 80 easily. Maybe if there's anything else I got. Let's go back. So that run got a decent amount. Alright. Master of the stutter step. You know what was crazy? I don't know if any of you guys have played Diablo Immortal, but Diablo Immortal gives you like free, like perfect stutter stepping. It's crazy.
No, I will not do that.
I used to play a game called Heroes of the Storm. I still have like videos up on my YouTube channel, but I was rank 1 in that game for the rank ladder. I used to play a game and there was like a rank system. I like that game still. Like, it's a cool game. Unfortunately, they stopped esports for the game, and then after that, they didn't have any more like new heroes. And in a hero game, well, new heroes definitely matter. HOTS, unfortunately, just hasn't had an update in so long. I wish they would add an update to it. Like, I still think the game is cool.
Not ready yet.
It's kind of like League of Legends, basically, but you don't have to last hit, which was the reason why I like the game a lot. So one thing I did not like about League of Legends is you had to do this thing called last hit, where like basically when the enemy gets really low, you have to like attack it. Otherwise, if it dies to like the lane, then you lose out. Oh, nice. We're able to continue with this kill chain.
I am too low on discipline.
Oh, nice. And we got a pool of reflection. We have not been getting pools of reflection at all. I just like noticed that. Oh, dang, let's drop it. No, come out. Ah. Okay. Some damage reduction. Looks like we're coming up to the end of it.
Not ready yet.
3 more levels though.
Bleed, you filth!
These little guys chase you a lot, which is great because finally we get an elite. Oh, and then we got the cursed chest too. Oh, heck yes. Hopefully we won't rip though. Oh, this one's gonna be super juicy. I can tell. Gotta dodge all of the lasers. Hopefully we get at least like a 200. If we can.
Need more time. Bleed, you filth! I need more discipline. I'm still waiting. Not ready yet.
Okay, we got 200. I'm just gonna drag this guy up. Come on. No, come on. Oh, it ended it. Ah, unlucky. We could have just continued it and got like a 300. He's pretty low. He's just got shielding though. Oh no, the shielding ruined my massacre bonus. Okay. I guess like it was kind of nice that we had this like little combo, which was the armor that we have gives us some damage reduction, and then the generator doesn't really cost anything. Alright, so go back to Temple of Firstborn, and we're almost done, guys. Basically 2.2 levels left. This is all after getting like a super unlucky. I mean, to be fair, at least we got the level like requirements reduced. That was actually kind of a nice thing. But it wasn't like super perfect because it can be a lot faster. Nice. We got another one of the amazing chests. Ooh, it's doing a lot of damage. We have a nice little heal if we need to. 4% damage. Doesn't a lot of toughness though. I think we have the damage. So if I'm able to hold still, we can, in theory, kind of get more damage that way. Also equip Vengeance, so it's actually a pretty like big power boost, to be honest. So we could have done it, I think, at like 60, but it's fine. It's not like we're going to be able to 100% uptime it, which I could drop Invigoration or Preparation for it. So I'm going to wait till that goes off cooldown, and then we can run this. This thing actually does help out. What is it? Vengeance, and then we don't need that one. We can do Dark Heart for extra damage reduction. That's not too bad. The freeze one is actually kind of nice. I'm just gonna get the damage reduction. That's kind of like the meta one, anyways. Let's go activate our Vengeance. Ooh, nice. Just going to be able to continue our streak. Very easy.
Darkness awaits you.
Nice. We're going to open up the door. Take the streak. Hopefully get like a 200 here. Oh, the portal opened up. We know better than to go into it. Alright. So, we're 68. 1.3 levels. And then we are finished our journey. So the total time, a little over 3. Not too bad, I'd say, is pretty much what we're going to be hitting here. There's our favorite. That cursed chest. We're still pretty close though. The chest is almost like one level. Huh. There's 7% touching, 5%. It's not the holy point shot, that's what we want. Gotta get the holy point shot. But honestly with the Demon Hunter, like, you get to go very, very fast pretty early too. And that's because our 2-piece bonus is faster than any of the other classes' bonuses. Okay. Didn't get like anything off that one. So final levels.
I'm still waiting.
Come on, open up. Oh no, continue it. Oh, I dropped. Okay, wait, I was saying that would be pretty disappointing if it dropped right there because there was a bunch of monsters. They were right there. Oh, come on. Ooh, an amulet. Oh, we need our bonus. Unlucky. The Squirt's necklace? Oh. Got a Squirt's early on. That's actually quite nice. It makes us take a lot more damage, but we get to deal way more damage. Is it worth it? Absolutely. We'll run it on the next one, though. I might actually throw it inside the cube as well. Unless it rolls like really good. So what the item does is we take double damage basically, but we get to deal maybe double damage as long as we don't take damage. I prefer Traveler's Pledge set earlier on, but later we can run it. It's pretty much one of the best in slots. So we are basically halfway. We're 69.5. So let's go finish it off. Probably on this next one we will max out, and that'll be our little progression from dang, it's almost like 3.5 hours. Again, this was solo, so it's gonna be a little bit slower, but almost finished. Oh, we should equip our necklace. Our necklace is gonna like super increase our damage. Oh, actually, we're on this nice little kill streak. Maybe we should start continuing again. Yeah, the Squirt's necklace would have been a nice thing to equip. Well, maybe we'll hit it before. we can maybe get this to a 200. We can get a curse chest and a 200. No problem. Activate some monsters in there. So the door's already open and ready for us to go.
Not enough discipline.
Put that over there so they take 20% more damage. Drag him with us. He's going to be used for me to continue my... Oh, I guess our kill streak dropped. Our massacre bonus. That vengeance up right now is going to be nice. A lot more survivability.
That was just a taste. I need more discipline. I need more time.
No, if we only had chakram. Oh, we can still continue it. Let's just see how far we can go. I'm pretty sure at this point if we stop it, we will be maximum level, but...
Not ready yet.
This one's actually pretty good. Oh, we might rip. Good now. Once that vengeance comes back up, that will be melt everything.
Your fear betrays you. I require aid.
280. Okay, this is like our first actual good run. Sometimes you just get unlucky. It's just like the nature of it. But ideally, you want to go as high as possible. Vision opened up. Okay, I just want to go to the next level. There we go. You can see we're 72 technically. With that, the amount of like bonuses that you get are pretty good. We just got some transmog items for doing that. I wanted to just go to the town, but basically we've completed it. Took us 3 hours and 18 minutes about, and that was including doing the challenge rift, which I mean it only takes like 10 minutes, but roughly about 3 hours of just like raw leveling with as efficient as we possibly could. But now we have hit level 70, so we've done it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little playthrough process, but the next question is, what do you do after level 70? Well, I'm probably going to upload another video later on this, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it for this part. So 1 through 70, that's the fastest way to level, man. It does take a couple hours. It's not like a 2-second thing, but this is like if you're playing solo fresh off the season. There is another way where if you have like a friend that can power level you, but obviously at the season start, no one's going to be level 70. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, drop a like on it, and if you want to see more Diablo stuff, make sure you guys sub with the bell notification on, and you'll see you more very soon.